Hello, Tammy.
Hello, Megan. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good this
Good.
evening. I guess it's not really today, is it? It's this evening.
Yes, it's evening.
Yeah. All right.
We were going
7
to do
o'clock.
it earlier in the day, but we
Yeah.
ended up coming here a bit later. So thank you for joining me later. I do appreciate it. I know it was kind of last minute that I asked you to join me late.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I usually am home on Saturday night anyway because
Yeah, I didn't even think about it being Saturday, to be
I don't
honest.
either. I'm just, how it used to be. It's like, oh my gosh, you wouldn't be caught dead at home on a Saturday night. You would be out with your friends or something. But now
Yeah.
it's like, ooh, I don't want to go. I don't want to go out.
No,
It's too
there's not
much.
much to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy being here with the kids and watching TV and
Yeah. That's what I'm
working.
saying.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
snacks. We went to the corner store last night and just got like a bunch of different snacks. And even the guy, he's like, "Oh, y'all just gonna go home and watch some movies and snack, huh?" We're like, "Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much. There's really
Yep.
nothing else to do." So
No. And everything's so expensive. And I mean, you might as well stay home and put that money somewhere else. So,
yeah, it is expensive. I was gonna say
yeah.
that too. Everything is so expensive these days.
I don't like the
But
movie, so I don't go. I don't like go to the theater, so it doesn't. But people that I know that go, they're like, it's a
yeah,
$100. Just go to the
yeah,
movie theater.
it is. Yeah. But my mom likes to go to the movies, so we go like not like probably like once like every other week or something like that, but it's a lot, and the food like too, it's probably a good like 50 $75 by the time you're done buying like all the snacks and the drinks and things like that too on top of it.
That's just crazy,
So
isn't it? And you can't take
yeah,
your stuff in there. I'm sure. I'm sure they won't let you
no,
bring food in.
no, I mean you're not supposed to, but like with Connor, I'll kind of like bring some stuff in. And nobody has like said anything yet, but
Yeah.
and he's diabetic, so I mean like I don't know what else
Yeah.
they'd say really,
Yeah.
but
I'm sure
um,
other people do it too. So,
yeah, I mean his is more like a medical reason, so
yeah,
but.
that's true. Yeah.
But I mean, I do love their like nacho cheese sauce and all that.
Ah, you do?
I
Or
do.
he does?
I like to dip my popcorn in it though.
Oh, oh, who else is in? Oh, Miss Smith is in here. Hi, and Scout Inquirer. Hello.
Hi Scout and hi Miss Smith. How are y'all doing? And I apologize again. I was telling Tammy my internet was working beautifully like all day long, and as soon as it's time to go live, it starts slowing down and not working
Yeah.
so great. So that is my luck, and I apologize again. So hopefully we can get everything to kind of run somewhat smoothly this time. And again, thank you all for coming in. We greatly appreciate it, Tammy and I. And
Yes,
tonight
hi,
we're going to
Miss
be talking
Smith.
about Sebastian again.
Yes, Sebastian.
So
Yes,
I'm
he's
excited to talk to you all.
his 2 year mark.
Mhm.
We just come across, which is sad. I was hoping he would have been found by now.
Yeah,
I was
and we
hoping
just
it
talked a
wouldn't
lot
be.
about that.
Yeah, I was hoping we wouldn't be at 2 years with him, but
Yeah, I know it's unfortunate, but it was really nice to see how many people and communities came together and did different things for him, like the day before, the day of. It seemed like even YouTube, like the day before, the day of, and even the day after was just flooded with things about YouTube. It actually, I think, for a second, even was a little bit more than the Nancy Guthrie, so like that was
oh,
kind of nice to see.
yep, yep.
But
I
even
was
though there was stuff with that day, that came out on its own, which I don't remember specifically because there's been so much stuff, but it was
yeah,
nice to see that kind of
I was
be
thinking he got a lot of
upfront.
attention that day that he deserved. I was glad to see that.
Yeah, and I think it showed a lot more people have recently kind of heard about him too and are supporting his case and reaching out and trying to connect with other people about it and see what they can do. So that
Yeah,
was nice.
yeah.
But we are doing great. Thank you. I hope you're doing well too. And I'm excited to listen to this phone call with you, Tammy, and everybody in chat tonight. So, like, the first thing we're going to be listening to tonight for the live on Sebastian, I kind of wanted to go over the phone call that is basically Katie and Chris Proudfoot speaking to a PI, and they are kind of flipping out on this PI for wanting to help with Sebastian. They're more upset that she has trespassed, they're saying, onto the property, which Tammy and I were talking about. They're talking about an easement of the property is what they're arguing about the trespassing being. But basically the PI is like, I'm here to help. I'm not here to trespass and argue. So we're gonna listen to that. And I forget about doing the comment.
And originally was the because it's kind of back and forth. Was originally these PIs, were they hired by Seth or were they hired by Chris and Katie Proudfoot?
I think they were somebody else. Someone said they have a problem with this. So I'm gonna take off these headphones and put on back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought at one time they were hired by the Proudfoots, but then somebody said they were hired by the Proudfoots to get close to Seth, and for whatever reason they needed to get close to Seth for, because he didn't have the answers, they have them. So
probably to see like what he was saying and thinking and stuff like that, maybe, like who he was speaking to, and just in case he hired anybody, probably to be more of like a mole and rat, than
a spy.
Anything. Yeah. So hopefully that kind of works, you guys. I don't know how much it's going to work again. Like I was saying, I apologize for the internet, any issues that my sound might have. I was having no issues with it before the live, so
somebody doesn't want us talking, do they?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just pretty lame. And hello, Tara. Hello, Running Grey Wolf.
Hello,
welcome everyone.
Tara, Running Grey Wolf. Hey, y'all.
Hello and welcome. I hope you're all having a great day.
Good, Scout. Good to see you.
Yes, good to see everyone. Takes me a second to catch up with comments, y'all. I'm not used to comments.
Mm-hmm.
I know I can slow them down, I guess, but I don't know if I do it. Let's see. I feel like you can only do that on YouTube. I don't think you can do it on this one.
What?
Slow the comments down.
Yeah, I don't know if you can.
I think Chris can do it because he's modding. If you look on there, Chris, and see if you can slow it down.
I don't know if you can slow the chat down on StreamYard. My chat's never moved so fast that I had to slow it down. But
yeah,
I know that people do on YouTube. But I think you can because
I'm glad.
I think you can because most people go through StreamYard to go through to YouTube. So
yeah, I don't know if it's them doing it though or their mods doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I probably could do it from my own side, really, if I wanted to be honest. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? It's my page. I'm pretty sure I could do it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Has everybody had a wonderful day?
Yes, I hope everyone has.
Y'all had a good day. Feeling so much better today. And we have 80+ degree temp. Very good. Very good. You don't see a slowdown, but I'm a terrible mod, Tara.
Yeah, I know she was saying something about like sharing links and stuff. See, I'm horrible. I never I always forget to tell people to subscribe, like and share and all that stuff. I forget to do that a lot,
Yeah.
So she was saying like about sharing the links and stuff. I was like, honestly, I don't even remember to tell y'all to do it. I was like, so she was like, I'm sorry, I forget. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even remember to tell y'all to do it. So it's, no big deal. I was like, I don't even remember. So yeah, I don't know how to do it. I can't see it anymore either. So I don't know how you do it. I guess I'm a bad mod too, or a bad page. I'm a bad content creator. I don't know how you do it.
We'll have to look and figure it out.
Yeah, it used to be easy. I know that. Oh wait, maybe it's this. Community moderation. That would probably hold inappropriate comments, blocked words, messages, delay. Yeah, slow mode. There it goes. We'll just do like 10 seconds or 15 seconds, you think?
Like you can comment every 10 seconds or so?
Yeah, it just slows it down so we'll do like 10 seconds. See how that does. That should be good.
It's technology challenge. Oh, technically
it's getting older challenge for me. I can't see it. Like when I was before, I could go with the chat and run with it. Now I'm like, I can't see.
Yeah,
going too fast.
Now I can't on my phone. Like if I'm, I can do chats in my phone and stuff, but I would rather be on my computer because I can see better and I can work better on my computer than I can on my little phone.
Yeah, see, I guess it depends what I'm doing. I usually prefer to be on my phone if I'm going to be in like a live or a chat because it takes me longer, I guess, to type, really.
Yeah.
Just because I'm always like typing, like when I don't mean to, like hitting two keys at once or something. Because
Yeah.
I try to type as fast as I try to talk.
Yeah. Well, if I'm on my computer and I want to say something directly to somebody, if I just put the @ in there in the first initial of their name, it will pull the whole name up for me.
Yeah.
But my phone won't do that.
No. That's what I do like about being on the computer when I'm in chat is that it does the @ That's about the only reason. Like when I'm doing a premiere or something, I like my computer. Like if it's so I guess that's a better way to think about it. If I'm doing a video that I'm uploading or a premiere or something or modding for somebody, I'd rather have my computer. But if I'm just in there talking, I'd rather have my phone.
And it takes forever for me. Like that little, I did like what a 5-minute, 38-second video or something of the watts because everybody was asking me that isn't Tara isn't really familiar, like because I had done a poll on my channel and asked them did they want me to do the watts and how many people had heard of that case, and a lot of people hadn't. So that's why we did the watts on my channel, one of the reasons. And that people kept saying, hey, what's the mistress look like? I don't know what she looks like. So that's why I did that video that has all those pictures that was in the secret calculator app that he had on his phone. He had tons of pictures in there. And so they were all of them together. And so that's why I did that 5-minute video of the mistress so people could see what she looked like. That video took 45 minutes to upload from my phone.
Really? That sucks.
Yeah, that's why I don't like to use my phone because I can do that on my computer.
In like a minute or two with that.
Yeah, done.
That short of a video.
Yeah, done.
It uploads pretty fast. When I first started uploading on here, it didn't upload fast from my phone. It took a long time from my phone. So I would go on my computer and keep like refreshing it because it would just make it go faster for some reason.
Yeah.
So I would just keep refreshing it and it would go faster. But it could take, I remember sometimes trying to upload videos and it would take hours. Days. And I'm like, forget this. I'm not using forget it. I'm not. Yeah.
I just rather use my computer. So yeah.
Yeah, and you're welcome. Thank you, Scout. Yeah, I'm not good with that, and I don't ever remember to do it. So if like whoever mods are in the room, just throw up links. How y'all feel free to do? I don't know. Just whatever.
Just drop them, girls. Yeah, just drop them. Drop them, ladies.
Just drop them, girls.
Drop them, ladies. You too, Chief. You can drop them too. Yeah. You can drop them too, Chief. Since you're not a lady.
Like they're intercepting all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, well, if everybody's going to be doing that,
they're going to be sending pictures of us of dropping them.
Yeah.
You said to drop them, so that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and we were just talking about that. So Tammie did the mirror other one, so I just put in mystical mirrors to see what it would pop up as that, and it came up with this. And I
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah. I love that it came up with this because I was telling her too that whenever I kind of, try to like zone in and think about Sebastian and just kind of like, I always see like a tree and like a little kind of like river or, creek or something like that off to the side with like a little, so I thought the tree was like perfectly fitting.
Yeah.
So I thought that was nice.
I love that. Yeah. I love that tree. Listen, lady. She's just determined.
I know that cat scared the living life out of me just a minute ago, y'all. Like I thought it was my cat at first, but like when I went to turn to look, like it wasn't there because it wasn't in my house.
It was tinsel. Yeah, she snuck up here out of the corner. Goodness. Hi, Cher. Are you working? I see you in here.
How are you in here?
Oh my goodness. You can't sit up here all day. It is. I love that tree. It's beautiful. And I told Megan, I'm like, you can do this. I'm like, just click on that and just type in what you want.
Let's show them all the other ones. Let's see. We did this one.
I love that one. That one's pretty too.
Cool. This one.
We just did that one sitting here talking.
Yeah. And then I have this one, but I love this one.
Yeah.
So it's just really pretty. And I had made these for Sebastian and I have it in blue.
Yeah.
And in gold.
That's pretty. Those are pretty.
I love it because it's just like the glow. It makes you feel like warm and relaxed, especially the blue. But
It's very cool. My dream about summer, she was underground, but there was a big tree above. Oh, yeah. That's right. You did tell me about that. And Megan thinks of a tree around Sebastian. Every time she sees him, she thinks he's around a big tree like that.
Yeah, like whenever I try to like meditate and just like get messages from him, I always meet him at like by a big tree.
Yeah.
So it's real pretty. Thank y'all.
You're at work. She's working at her store. Always working. Then off to the 6th. That's a nice little vacay right there.
Yeah. That's the best thing about working at your own place and you do whatever you want.
She works at it's legal in Canada. She works at that kind of store.
Oh, the dispensaries.
Yeah, and
cool.
I was trying to think of the word, and I was like,
yeah. Whenever I went to go visit Tara, I was like, this would be such a cool place to work. Like it just would, like they're just super nice there. It was just cool.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I think Cher likes working there pretty good.
Yeah, and you meet all kinds of people, I'm sure, that travel from all over,
Yeah.
I would imagine,
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't want to say the other word because they slam you for so much.
Yeah, that's why I was dispensary. I was trying to think of like the
I was like,
word.
What's the other word? And then I said, well, they make this legal in Canada, and then everybody knows what I'm talking about. Then that kind of narrows it down. So we know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up, and because it's delayed again, sorry y'all. It's gonna take a second. I will probably freeze 1,000 times over, but I will come back.
Yes,
always come back.
Yeah, she always comes back.
Excuse me.
We're gonna go over the interview, or it's a phone interview, I think. Yes, that's Cher from Voices. Yep, that's who that is. Yeah, that's her, Scout. Mm-hmm.
I love that place. Yes,
Which, sir,
that's Tara's favorite place. Daily. Yeah, they're super sweet though there. So let's see, great job. And then so I have this pulled up over here, and now I think it goes straight into the phone call. There's no beginning like intro to it. So I don't know how loud it is either. I don't think it's super loud. I might have to adjust it whenever I start it, y'all. So if it's too loud, I apologize. I'll fix it. So let's go ahead, I guess, and get into the phone call. So this is going to be the phone call between Chris Proudfoot, Katie Proudfoot, and a PI that was hired. I'm pretty sure the PI said she was hired by somebody else. I'm pretty sure. But again, we'll hear it during the phone call, and let's go ahead and start that phone call. Is there anything you want to say, Tammie, before we start it?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So let me go ahead and start.
Can I tell her who's?
Yeah, my name's Heather. I came by yesterday. Hi, Katie.
What can I do for you? Are you the woman that trespassed my property yesterday?
I actually didn't. I walked down your neighbor's property and then down the easement and then up the other
That's not
side.
an easement. I own that. That's my property.
Well, the fence says no trespassing. I didn't come on the property.
Aggressive already, like right out
the easement. That's a public easement.
I own it.
30
I
seconds.
own it.
I am here to try to clear you.
I
So,
don't need you to clear me.
so I don't know why you're being defensive with me.
Okay, so can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
First, can you identify yourself?
I did already. My name's Heather, Private Investigator.
Well, you're coming to my house. And
I am. I'm investigating the disappearance of your stepson. So do you want him found or no? Because if you do, then why would you have a problem with me coming to talk to you guys?
Well,
real simple, because we're asking you questions and you're telling us that you can't answer those questions. So why should we answer any?
I absolutely did not trespass.
there's no such thing.
There's
as a public
nothing.
easement.
There is a such thing as a public easement. It's not posted.
I own it. I have signs on.
Okay, your fence has a sign. I didn't.
3 foot inside of.
Okay, take it up with. If you want to report it to law enforcement, do it. Take it up with them. I am trying to help. Okay, so if you want somebody to help you, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, well,
So calm down. Talk to me like civil human beings. I'm trying to help find him. I've been talking to sex offenders in the area.
Law enforcement has done that.
Okay, and I'm going to do it too because I'm working it too. And I have that right, and the person that hired me has that right. Anybody has that right.
He's also blatantly accusing me of murder when I didn't.
I haven't accused you of shit.
I didn't say you did. I said.
Okay, well, I'm trying to decide who is on
Okay, so that's
My
like a lot
radar,
at
who is-
once. So I'm gonna pause it really quick just because of
Mhm.
like well, I already said it, so I'm gonna say it. The murder
Mhm.
comment. I don't feel like there's any need to like say unalive because it already said it. So
No, yeah.
So what do you feel about that? Because I feel that is interesting. The PI said it right after. Nobody said murder. She said
Well,
that first.
she's automatically think that she's calling her because she's accusing her of something. She's not calling her because she's accusing her of something. She's calling her because she
Right.
wants to talk to her about her missing son, and she has to ask her questions. And Katie
Yeah.
is showing her ignorance when she's arguing with her about an easement. An easement nobody owns. She can't
Right.
put no trespassing signs on an easement. So
Yeah.
she's trying to argue about something that doesn't even why even argue about that?
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting. She jumped not to like, I had nothing to do with him disappearing. I had nothing to do with him going missing. I had nothing to do with him
Yeah.
being murdered. I didn't, you're saying I murdered him kind of thing. And that's not what she right away. I never said that,
Yeah. No.
and then to go also straight to the trespassing. Yeah, I do think that's a bit weird too,
Yeah.
just because you should be focused on this person trying to help find your child, not
Mhm.
so much them possibly trespassing on a part of a property you might not even own.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't keep people from going down easements.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was interesting how upset she was so right away, how fast the
She yeah.
conversation is going. And I think about Chris is getting ready to interject, and I think it's because you can tell Katie's already like wound up. Like she can't like she's already kind of losing her patience and stuff very quickly. So I think
Yeah.
he's about to interject here. So we're gonna go ahead and start it. But I did want to stop there because again, she had made the comment about murder, and nobody said murder but Katie first.
Well, he said you won't even
I
answer our
talked to-
questions. Well, he hadn't even asked any questions for her to answer.
Right.
And he was
Right.
already
So
yelling at her. Yeah.
yeah, she
Uh-oh, we lost
answer
her.
questions when you just
There she
mentioned
goes.
them.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I back? Okay. So let's go ahead and start this again.
sex offenders. That is my focus right now. You're in my mind, you're not a person of interest, but I'm coming here trying to talk to you.
It's not a good look to trespass either.
I'm
Like,
not
that's
worried
my
about what it
point.
looks like, ma'am.
It's
I'm not-
posted
So, let me
all
tell you
4
something.
ways.
I just came from the TBI headquarters in Jackson, Mississippi.
Honey, I'm going to tell you, as a PI, I have a lot more leeway with things I can do and people I can talk to. And this isn't my first rodeo. I've worked cases like this before. I have gotten information that TBI or law enforcement's not able to get, and I have passed it along, and it has helped the case. I mean, that's all I can tell you.
What have you passed along that's helped this case?
I just started working this case. I haven't even got a chance to talk to you or Katie yet.
Well, here's the thing. You're not talking to her by herself, period.
Okay.
You're not going to talk to my
Okay,
wife.
fine. All right, set up an appointment with me. Do you want to do that? I can come back. I mean, I can respect your time. I'm not trying to be this. Whatever. I mean, I really think everybody just needs to calm down. Emotions are high. People are flinging mud, and it's just getting drama and stupid. And that is a terrible disadvantage to Sebastian.
Right, but let me inform you on something. You're not the one being threatened here.
I think everybody's being threatened. Did you know there was a drive-by shooting last?
People being threatened.
Right.
Bullshit.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't understand why you guys are coming at me. I didn't do anything to you.
Okay, well, first off, you came to my house the other day.
Yes.
Walk my
Yesterday.
You walked around my fucking property with a camera and you
My
videotaped
mouth.
and took pictures.
privately
You
owned
trespassed.
property back
They didn't
there.
fucking post it all sides of that property.
I mean, the easement between houses is not usually.
No easement
I own it.
in that fucking subdivision.
I own half. My neighbors own
And this is
half.
someone who's
Period.
trying
It's
to
not
help
public.
find
There are
Sebastian. He's
no.
talking
There's no
to
property lines.
like
There's no
that.
way to tell
There
what
is.
is.
It's marked.
Yeah.
Stakes.
Can you
I
imagine?
mean, can you show me?
Yeah.
Because I
I can
didn't.
show you all 4 no trespassing signs.
They're on
And
the
if you want,
fence.
you can go on the city and you can look at the property line and you can.
I mean,
see
they're
if
on the
it's fixed or
fence.
not.
I wouldn't jump
I
your
own it.
fence.
I own it. Half of that is mine. Half of that is theirs. That's why they turned it in and they turned it into the police.
I'm sorry, what? I think that when there's a no trespassing sign on the fence, that means you don't go into the fence. I'm not going to go into the fence.
Negative. Actually, that's wrong.
Okay, well, I'm not sure how I would know that. All right, well, I'm not really. Yeah, I'm just not really sure how anybody would know that easement is yours.
Stepped out of your car the other day and you walked onto the property. When Mike, my neighbor, saw you,
I
and Mike
walked right
across
past your
the
neighbor.
street saw you, turn around. where they saw you. Now got you on camera walking your ass through my property right next to my fucking driveway. You walked past 3 fucking signs, woman. 3. Don't tell me you didn't see them. They're on the fucking fence. You just said it on this camera.
She
and I
said
got
she
news
saw
for you.
him.
Because you've done that, you have violated trespassing.
I was actually trying to stay on the outside of your property. Okay, well, I don't know how I would know that that's not.
Add the detectives into this so that they can see her and find out what she.
I just left the sheriff's department. I've talked to Tim Bailey. I've talked to Sheriff Weatherford. I've been talking to all of them. So anyway.
Okay, well, first off.
But why is this the focus instead of finding Sebastian? It's a waste of time right now. We're arguing over a property line, like when there is a missing child.
We're arguing over a fucking safe.
I'm not showing up here to do anything to you except for find your son. I'm not a threat to you.
All you had to do was pick up the fucking phone and call us.
That's not how I operate. I talk to people in person. That's what I do.
That's your job.
No, that's not shit at your job. PIs don't call people. They show up at their houses.
Well, I got news for you.
Okay. Are you going to set up an appointment with me, or do you just want to keep yelling at me? This is really ridiculous. Like, this is the drama that's a disadvantage to Sebastian. He's not going to be found this way.
Answer my question. What the hell are you going to do to help find our son?
I am knocking on doors, talking to sex offenders.
FBI, Secret Service, TBI.
I am communicating with the I just talked to Tim Bailey, asked him if they talked to the sex offender. They have not talked to the sex offender. He said, I'm free to go do so, which is what I'm doing. Okay.
Okay. Well, first off, when you come on somebody's property, you're supposed to announce yourself because we haven't posted no trespass. It doesn't matter what your fucking job title is. Once it's why I try to explain to you. There's no property lines in that entire subdivision. No. There's no community spaces. No, nothing. Nothing. So where you were walking yesterday on camera, you're on my property.
But I really wish that you would lighten up a little bit because we are focusing on the wrong thing when we should be focusing on finding Sebastian.
If you want me to lighten up,
I do.
You want me to lighten up?
Yes, sir.
It's real simple.
I will not walk on your property again. I apologize for walking down the easement, what looked like an easement.
You told my neighbor you were hired by the family, and I am the family. So if I didn't hire you,
that tells me right there that you're hired by the ROGERS family.
But I am not hired to implicate or accuse you. And
I'm not asking to implicate.
I am trying to find him, so I want to talk to you too.
You'll come find me.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm here trying to find you.
I'm not hard to find.
Okay, when do you want it? Let's set this up. When do you want to meet? Whenever. We're at Memphis. I'll be in Jackson tomorrow, so I can meet you. I can I can come all the way to Memphis if that's what you require, or you can meet me somewhere in between.
Well, I would prefer you come see me because I work nights. So 9 to 1 when you guys are up, I'm actually sleeping.
Okay, so, but it's not going to be you and Katie. It's just going to be you.
It would be just me because unless Katie's coming down to see me, well, she can't. We have other things that have to happen at the house. It wouldn't be together. The only time we're going to be together might be Sunday, Monday. That's when we might actually be back together again.
Okay, well,
I'm working.
I mean, I'd rather do it both at the same time. And you already said you don't want me talking to your wife without you present. So that would mean.
And you can ask the cops that. They don't show up and talk to her without somebody telling us both. That's just the way this works. That's safety in numbers. I don't trust.
It is not.
I don't know.
Well, and I mean, we wouldn't know each other. I mean, we have no reason to know each other prior to this. But
it's not hard to make a phone call and talk to somebody first. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
However, my history with cases like this is that, especially with you guys are already defensive.
Right. I understand that. Not everybody in this world is like that. Not everybody is like that. I'm not. I'll be honest, I'm level-headed. I'm very brash, blunt, to the point.
He's level-headed.
I've already told the cops this. I don't give a flying fuck what happens to him or what happens to that fucking family.
Yeah.
That's level-headed.
I'm real level-headed.
Really great in a perfect world would be if I could calm that down a little bit, because right now, but it's not this isn't helping Sebastian. It
didn't help Sebastian when he aired his trauma. It didn't help Sebastian when he accused his mother of murder. It didn't help Sebastian when he made almost $50,000 on my son going missing.
Who did?
What are you talking about?
Don't know. I didn't know about that. I don't know anything about that.
Every single day he goes on. Internet slaves.
Let me lay this out for you. Okay? Take to the investigation.
Him. I tried to work with him.
We were all in my house.
Mhm.
Me, Katie, Seth, and 2 other witnesses and law enforcement were in the house.
Yeah.
I brought up, what guys can we do to help with this situation?
Right. Okay.
And when I
If they're
said,
talking to
hey,
her
do we
like
need
this,
to raise
imagine
money?
how
Do we need
Sebastian
to
was
get some
spoken to.
investigators? Do we need, what do we need? Horses, whatever. We'll do whatever.
Yeah.
They
Horses.
said don't do anything with money because it makes the family look bad and it could turn ugly. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Riley.
All of us standing in that living room in my house made an agreement
Mm-hmm.
that said we were not going to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, so
Hold on. Before we go deep, stop. Turn your phone around. Not you. Hers. I want to see her, the face of her phone.
Oh, that she's
you want to see the face of my phone?
Yes.
Let me unlock it.
This conversation.
Man, he is paranoid.
Don't take it the wrong way, but I told you I don't trust
Yeah.
people right now. And people are trying to use shit in however they can. But that conversation in that living room was an agreed upon deal not to do
He's
anything
giving
with a
them a lot of
GoFundMe
shit
page
to
and
use,
collect
isn't
money and benefit off of this.
Mm-hmm.
And sure as shit, what happened? The very next fucking day, there's a GoFundMe fucking page that's posted. So I'm sorry.
So I didn't understand how he knew that Sebastian wouldn't be found and would need money when my son hadn't been missing 72 hours, and yet he knew he was going to need money to pay his bills that far in advance. That speaks volumes to me. The fact that he can't be bothered to help look for his son in the beginning. The fact that he literally released my son's sensitive trauma issues and blatantly lied about all of the details surrounding it, including the age of the person who did it to him. The fact that he has turned my son missing into some dramatized bullshit for the internet.
Yeah, just so he can profit. And it's sad. It is truly sickening. Honestly, it's sickening if he profited off of this.
I don't need to be on television hanging flyers. I don't need to brag that I have done what I have done to help find my son.
Well, I understand how you guys feel about everything.
So you don't push the information to Detective Carter?
I haven't talked to Carter yet. Carter has not gotten back with me. So I had to.
Down here with me.
Okay, well that's good to know. But
The reason why they didn't answer.
yeah.
I know.
But so yeah. But I
Don't take this the wrong way, but why is a PI going on doing internet sleuth interviews?
He tried to say he was.
you know, he contacted me before I was even hired to work the case. But yeah,
No
but
offense, I'm just asking.
but no, I mean, I'm not a sleuth. I'm actually a PI.
I didn't call you a
Yeah.
on
the
internet
sleuth
sleuth
podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, they asked me for my thoughts on the Sebastian ROGERS case, and
So
who is it?
aware of all of that. And Seth is not doing anything that he hasn't already done to me in the past.
Like, I'm not interested in the drama. I'm not interested in the rumors. I'm going to base my who I think needs to be on the radar based on my interviews, my investigation, not what anybody else says.
So I have a question.
You hear the dog barking?
Your portion, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know the Rogers
yeah.
family has hired you.
Okay.
It is very evident
Okay.
because we didn't hire.
They
Okay.
announced it publicly. It's not a secret. I know, but we already know.
There is another PI too, by the way.
I know. There's
Okay.
at least like 3 or 4 of them.
Oh yeah, I will tell you this. You can tell all the PIs because I know you all talk.
Yeah, we do.
Because we're sick and tired of being stalked and people
Yeah.
coming on our properties. Because that's not just my property. It's
Yeah.
theirs. We've
Okay.
worked
You know,
with
we're cool about it.
people already, and every last one of them that have talked to us, we have said, you are welcome to come and start from square one. You're not going to find anything that, 50 professionals didn't, but you're welcome to try, because at this point,
I haven't been here since day one when all this went down.
Yeah.
And people don't understand feel when nobody knows how we feel.
Yeah.
Because unless you've lost a child and you've gone through this crap,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know. Like,
I will tell you,
this is just in general.
I have only been hired on this case for 2 days.
I will forewarn you. So anything that you get, that you share back to the family,
I'll share what? Share back to the family. Is that what you said?
anything, Yeah, if you anything that you find or you get share,
It's going to depend if it comes from law enforcement, which is what I told Weatherford. If it's something they share with me that they tell me, because I understand that there are some things that don't need to be in the public, and if it's
my question. Answer their question. Are you going to give them information back? Yes or no? I mean, it's real simple.
Depending on what it is. If it's something I can share with them, yes, I will share it with them.
I will say this: I wish you the best of luck. I hope you find some. I hope you get some. Truly, I truly do. I hope you can find. I don't give a shit what it is. Piece of evidence or something that will move something in one direction.
Right.
I will tell you this. There is no chance Seth Rogers or the Roger family is going to reach out and contact us, and there's going to be reciprocating phone calls because it ain't happening right.
There doesn't need to be phone calls between you guys.
The only way that's going to happen, he ain't going to do it. He ain't going to do it. Yeah, it's real simple. So, and I mean, unfortunately, he's made his bed. He's going to lie. You know, I mean, it is what it is.
I tried, 4 different times to get him to interview with me.
It seems like y'all were somewhat cordial in the beginning.
We were.
He has been very cordial. I got proof of shit that where he's running his mouth that he didn't talk to me and all this. I got phone records where I have had hour-long conversations.
When he said that Hayden spoke to him, that we refused to speak to him for 2 weeks, he was on the phone with them for long periods of time, damn near every day at that point. Welcome to
They were welcome in the house. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And what was your name again?
This is what they told us about you too.
Well, everybody that, and I'm being honest, everybody on fucking Facebook, all this YouTube, all this TikTok, all this bullshit, they could take those fucking shows and stick them so far up their asses, and I hope they choke off.
Yeah. He loves you too.
There ain't a fucking one of them out there that have sit here and run us through the fucking dirt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire.
We're so unhinged that they found some lady that has the same name as me that murdered her child, I guess, in the early 2000s, and they're trying to say that that's
Really?
me.
That's the problem with schools that don't have
Stop
access
that right
to like
there for a
actual-
second.
Yeah,
There
a
is
lot of these, like,
another.
always-
There's another Katie Proudfoot. Really? Come on.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Let me Google it just
That,
to see.
I mean, that's not. It's not like Kim Smith, or Betty
Right,
Jo.
like a common name.
Yeah. There's another lady
Kylie
with my
said-
same name that murdered their child. Really?
Yeah, Kylie said there's whenever the video was playing just now, there is a reason why the police never called back. So I'm guessing she said, "Did you hear Katie say that? Did you hear her say that in there?
I didn't.
The police never called back." I didn't
Yeah.
hear her say it in the. I mean, she must have said it like under her breath or.
Well, the problem
I
is
hear it.
he's talking, screaming over her.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
she
some people are
starts talking, which that's the most I've ever heard her really talk, because normally
Yeah.
he's overshadowing her. She normally can't talk, but
Yeah,
I noticed that she keeps saying my property, not our property. You're
yeah,
walking on my property.
yeah. That's true. She does. And didn't you say somebody said that it was in
Her name.
the
Mhm.
last time we were doing the live? I don't remember who said
Yeah.
that, but I didn't know that before.
I didn't
now
either.
And that's pretty interesting. Consider I don't think he has any money issues, so I'm surprised that like it's in just her name and not both of their names. Because are they legally married?
I think so. Yeah,
Are they? Okay.
I think so.
I didn't know if they were or not for sure. Because I heard they were, and then I heard they weren't.
Well, I heard they were, and then I heard they got a divorce since Sebastian's been missing, but I don't know if that's true or not.
A divorce since he's been missing?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
because they were separated for a little bit, but I don't know how true that is. I don't know if that's true or it was just, how people start rumors about stuff. So I'm not really sure if they were ever separated and divorced or not. It could have just been something people were saying.
Right.
Yes, that house is now in her name. Okay. Oh, you said it. Okay. I knew somebody. We knew somebody said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is hateful.
Let's see. I'm going down it right now. Oh, okay, it was you, Kylie, that said. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. And so, do you want to go ahead and play again, or was there something else that you wanted to comment about on that pause part? There's
I was just like, it was odd for her to say there's another lady with my same name.
Yeah, I meant to look that up to see if that was.
Is it Katie Proudfoot, that name, or do you have another last name we don't know about?
Yeah.
I mean, because Proudfoot is not exactly
a common name. Yeah.
No.
Let me see.
Neither is Bowersox. I mean, it's kind of like. So, yeah, I didn't know. I don't remember her saying that though. I don't remember her saying that the very first time I heard this. So that's interesting. Yeah.
There's stuff like if you go into it that pops up, but it's not. It doesn't lead to anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. Yeah. It says if convicted of killing husband, but when you click it, it only goes back to Katie Proudfoot about Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly enough, which I think is interesting too. I meant to tell you that I've been looking for that video everywhere where she cries and she says, I want them to bring him back. And I cannot find it anywhere. Like at all. Like I've gone through people's videos where they say like full video interview and I still can't find it for some reason. So I don't know why I can't find those parts of that clip of the interview. I'm still going to keep searching, of course, because there's so many videos now with all that time. But I think that's interesting that link is there about Katie Proudfoot. It does say Katie Proudfoot convicted of killing husband. And then it actually connects to Texas. So I clicked on it and it doesn't go anywhere.
So it says husband. No, she said it said the lady killed her child.
No, that's says not husband.
Yeah. Okay. So that's interesting.
See, I don't know if you can see it. Convicted. Because my computer is sucking so bad right now.
Yeah.
Convicted of killing husband.
And she specifically said child just then.
And then if you follow it, it's Sebastian.
Oh, yep.
So that's interesting to me. Okay. So let me go ahead and restart this real quick. It's almost done.
It's like, the public access ones, there's mixed information.
Let me ask you this. You're going after sex offenders, obviously.
Right. That's
you have the access to scan the dark web for trafficking?
Huh. Yeah. I can get that done. Not me personally, but I know somebody. Yeah.
Question.
Do it.
Okay.
Please. I mean, you're not more for me, but
yeah, no, but is that how you feel? That's what you think is going on?
Everybody keeps talking about trafficking and trafficking and trafficking. And they just found 11 missing kids, and everybody's going after this whole sex offender bullshit. So if there's anything to it and someone took him and it's trafficking,
why is it bullshit?
Where would they go?
Right.
Because if he were within 5 miles of this house, there's no chance that he wouldn't have been found. None. Because I know every single group, agency, technology, everything that was brought in, there's no chance he was within 5 miles of this house.
Okay.
It was done over and over and over, and they used heat sinking, they used FLIR, they used vision, they used night. I mean, they did. If you can name it, they did it, and they did it in multiple ways. I don't think he's that close to home, unless he's in a basement. I was begging them to search farther.
Well, how many leeway hours did you have before you even contacted the non-emergency line? How long he'd been missing before you decided to call?
Yeah.
Just wondering.
I'm a mom too, baby. I get it. I do. I have a 15-year-old son as well. You're doing a good job of keeping yourself together, which some people interpret badly.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Every one of them spineless cowards ain't got the fucking balls to come over, call, ain't got nothing. All they got is a keyboard to put out there.
Oh, yeah.
Bullshit stories.
I wasn't trying to be hateful. It's just, there's so many people.
Yeah. So do you plan on releasing any of the footage and pictures that you took of the house?
No, that's for me. That's for my file.
There's not an inch of my house inside or out that hasn't been publicly posted. You can find it. It's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, the pictures, regardless, you can find the pictures of every angle.
Yeah.
On still.
I'm sure.
Well, I will say as much. Before you make that trip to Memphis, I need to make sure, one, I'll be able to have the time to actually sit down and talk, because we have concrete floors to Chicago, and those hours are longer than normal. So I don't want to sit there and waste your time and your energy or your gas and stuff coming down here if I can't actually be to sit down.
Hey, let me get your guys' phone numbers, and can I just call you when I'm in Jackson tomorrow?
Send me a text.
Yeah, so that's about the end of it. So I'll just go ahead and stop it there, because I'm pretty sure it's probably my internet that's slowing down the video. It might be the recording. I don't know. I haven't listened to it fully through, because I wanted to listen to it with you first anyways. So
well, it's been done a while, so it could be people, over time it's been listened to, so it could be just getting messed up for that.
Yeah. But is there anything that kind of jumped out in that interview to you that contradicts something that they said, or just annoys you, or just rubs you wrong, whatever, that?
Well, they both just annoy me, period. When they open their mouth, they just annoy me. And she's like, he's not within a 5-mile radius. Everything was used. Well, how long was the jump before you?
Yeah.
How long? 3 hours?
Yeah. And I just think it's interesting that she says sex offender bullshit. Isn't that what she says? Sex offender bullshit. Everybody. So I think if your kid's missing, I would think every avenue would be an avenue to look down. And I don't see how that's BS, because that's very much something that goes on. It's very big in Tennessee where they're running through there. So I would think that they know that, being that they have family and law enforcement, I believe, within Sumner County. So I would think they know that there. So I just thought that was interesting that she says that, because I don't think it's bullshit at all.
Do you notice, though, if you've been following the case and you notice how you hear her talk now, like this is in the beginning, pretty much. And then you listen to her talk through the middle, and then her first interview, and then how she talked the other day in that interview. She just gets the way she talks just changes through the whole thing.
Yeah. I think she's learned her lesson probably from this recording alone, and what she said, and so she knew to watch herself a little bit better as time went on. And I think a lot of the interviews went on too. It was a lot of probably practice, to rehearsal for those interviews, and just seeing how to behave in them, how to act in them, what people want to hear. And that's the thing. She's good at probably telling you kind of what you want to hear, but she messes up a lot with the past tense things, and then slipping up with things that might have actually happened. So I think it's she brings up trafficking. She brings up murder. She brings up a lot of this stuff. It's not the PI bringing it up. It's Katie, the one saying it. So I find that interesting in this phone call. All the worst things that could have happened are being brought up by the mother. And at the same time, she's literally saying F Seth in this, because he's questioning me. And I don't like to be questioned, pretty much. So, I thought that was interesting too.
And he refused to do an interview with me. Well, I wonder why.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to.
Because of the way that he was treated when he went there the day that Sebastian was missing, and they were all sitting around in the living room talking about gifts and vacations and stuff. That's
very dismissive of the whole situation, what was happening. Sebastian, because if the kid, and again, that's what kind of feels like it being a whole plan, because if they're all sitting there just talking about buying jewelry and taking vacations and doing stuff like that, well, those are all plans. Those are all things you're talking about. So it makes you feel like that whole thing was a plan as well. You're ready for it. You're prepared for it. There's no emotions. There's nothing happening. So, and someone else made a good point, was the talking about jewelry. Did that have anything to do with the fact that maybe, like the stinky foot mother was getting rewarded with jewelry for possible participation in helping in this, allegedly, in my opinion, kind of thing. And I thought that was a good comment because it is ironic that she was kind of bragging about that and what she wanted and was telling that to Chris.
Yeah, she's like, Chris, you're going to buy me this?
Yeah. She was telling it to Chris, like, you're going to get this for me, right?
Right.
So, and she was saying it in front of Seth. So, and that seems like something a snotty, sneaky person would do, to be honest. So,
and you know, during that recording, did you hear the dogs barking?
Yes.
Her little dogs barking. These are the ones that never barked, like in the house, because they know Sebastian. But then they would bark at him when he went in there to get a snack.
Right. Like we said last time, she said that he would bark they would bark whenever he came inside to get a snack, but supposedly he had a bedroom inside. So if he was, why would they be barking at him if he's coming out of his bedroom? I believe that kind of lends more, in my opinion, to the garage theory of the fact that they might have been making that like a second bedroom kind of thing whenever things didn't go their way. So, because they're children.
Right.
So, I mean, they should have been sleeping in the garage if that's the deal, but. So, what other video? Oh, and so we had kind of talked about the sheriff too, though, before we get into the other video. I was talking with Tammie earlier today, and I was kind of had the thought that maybe, I don't know if there's any documentation of whoever was the person that intercepted the phone call from Chris Proudfoot and actually dispatched the call, but it would be interesting to know that who it was. And the reason I think that it would be interesting is because even if this would just say was a pre-planned like orchestration to, you know, what Katie brought up herself, to traffic or to hand off to somebody else, or it was just even something that came about and they had to figure out what to do, it's still a plan. You still have to figure out what to do. So, I mean, if I was going to call anybody, whether it be the emergency line or the non-emergency line, and tell somebody my child's missing, I can't find them right now, I would expect that person to react and like, oh my gosh, let's get everybody out. Let's, you know, do the Amber Alert. Let's, you know, and two, I'd probably, if I was a sheriff, I'd probably like, why did you call 911 first? But let's go ahead and do all this and get it started, right? But that's not what happened. Somebody was like, oh, well, let's just treat this as something differently, because there was no Amber Alert. There was none of those things that went out that should have went out when a child goes missing, especially a vulnerable child who's on the autism spectrum with other medical disabilities, who's also on medication. So I just think that whoever picked up that phone and dispatched the call the way it did was part of the plan. Yeah. In my opinion. So that's why I kind of would be interested to know who picked up the phone in the sense, or who dispatched it the way they did. Who was the one that decided it wasn't that big of a deal at the moment, that all those things didn't need to be done.
Right. And I don't know if anybody in chat remembers, but I thought that Chris said that was a friend of his. He knew him, but I don't know. Right. And I just feel like that's the person you probably need to be looking at, in my opinion, just because, again, if you're planning something, you're going to call the person who's going to go with the plan. Right. So, yeah. I mean, I just kind of feel like that. You know, if you can kind of tip that one domino, it tips the rest. Right. So I think that's important to maybe kind of look into that, or just kind of the situation surrounding it. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up the second video. The second video we're going to look at is going to be Nancy Grace's interview with them. And the reason I want to pull that up, and we're only going to do probably half of that, y'all, because it's a long interview and obviously my internet's not doing too great. But I want to look at that just because of their behavior in it. They're very like timid. They look like they're being kind of reprimanded for the whole situation, how they're handling it, what they've done. And really they are. It's like, if you watch the interview, it's kind of like they are on trial a bit, in a way. You know, she is grilling them very much as if they were on trial, and they don't really have good answers. You know, they're very dismissive, and that's kind of where Chris Proudfoot again gets questioned about how he treated Sebastian, the things that he did to Sebastian. So I'm going to pull that up really quick. Miss Eve, how are you doing? Good to see you. Miss Sweet Eve.
had it, and then it scrolled all the way back up. 1 second.
Can you believe the time schedule is we're going to be springing forward like in a week? I think it's like, when is it? I think it time the 8th. I think it's the 8th. March 8th, we spring forward. I'm like, man, it seems early this year. I'm glad though, because I'd rather be on that time schedule than the one we're on now.
Yeah. I like the time different too.
Megan, you want to tell them about your QR code up there so they know what that is?
Yeah. So for the QR code up in the corner above us is going to be for Sebastian's petition to bring in new investigators on his case. So we have 624, I believe, signatures now. And so I'd like to get it to 1,000, and then I would like to send it over to like Sumner County. It's on change.org. So that is going to be the QR code again in the corner. I was going to try to pull it up, but with everything running so slow, it's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe someone, it's in the description of the video. So if one of the mods can maybe put it into chat, I would think it's a clickable link. If not, it's clickable in the description for sure. So if you prefer,
if any of the mods can't do it, let me know and I'll try to go in and do it also.
Yeah. But yeah, you can, if you prefer to actually go like through the link to go sign the petition or share the petition, you can do that in the description. If you prefer to use the QR code, it's up there at the top. So, and thank you to everyone who has signed the petition so far, everybody who shared it. But again, I'd like to get it to 1,000 before we send it in, and we're kind of close to that. So I want to keep trying to keep it going a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So. Let's see. And thank you for sharing the petition to everyone in the chat that's been able to do it and all the mods.
Oh, good. Thank you, Scout Inquirer. I was looking just to do that. Thank you. Good.
Yeah, and that's just the rundown of the petition. It really is just for new investigators to replace the ones that are on it, you know, because obviously they're not doing much of anything. So hopefully that would help, you know, at least people starting to be able to look into it differently.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the interview that I pulled up for Nancy Grace, and she is going to be talking to the Proudfoots basically about the day Sebastian went missing and all that. So, and yes, thank you to everyone who signed it. I truly do appreciate it.
I wish she'd have went at them a little harder because I've seen her go at other people harder. So I really wish she'd have. She
backed down really quick on things a lot, and I didn't expect her to do that. So again, it makes you wonder why.
Yeah.
Why did she do that? I think it was lawyers, probably, maybe. I don't know if you could. I guess you could do that on a TV show. I mean, I'd imagine you can say, like, I'm not gonna, don't excess. I don't know. Could you say don't excessively? I don't. What do you think?
Like take the fifth? I don't know.
Kind of. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, you see Nancy Grace go a lot harder all the time on people. So for her to pull back and kind of just let them give the answers they get, and just like, okay, or maybe she just knew they were such bullshit answers that she didn't need to say anything else. They were kind of already hanging themselves out to dry with their answers.
I mean, maybe she had a different angle she was looking at that we don't know about, but I was expecting her to push harder myself.
Yeah. And especially on some of the subject points that she brought up, you know, with him being there at the house last, or I think she brings up the light video. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And even some of the CPS stuff.
And he was a little intimidated by her. I think that's the first female I've seen. And I think if she'd have kept pushing a little harder, it would have been more, it would have been, they would have gotten, because they kept their cool way too easy with her.
I thought about that today, how now I've never seen, like, if you look at all the other interviews, I don't feel like she's like Katie is that emotionless. In the other one, she's very stone cold. Like, I mean, she has no emotion at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she doesn't move. She barely talks. I mean, everything's just like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I mean, she doesn't move the whole time. And it's an hour interview.
Yeah. It's
so that's a long time.
It's like she had stage fright or something.
Or, I mean,
I think it was something else.
Yeah, I mean, I would feel like you'd almost at that point when you're watching her, I look back on it, I'm wondering if, I mean, again, just, you know, just a thought. I mean, it doesn't have to be but I just thought that was interesting. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go ahead and start this interview, and then we will get into, like, we'll stop as we kind of need to going through it. So let's go ahead and start.
26, Monday morning, 6 a.m. From everything we can tell, that is the moment that Sebastian's mom and stepdad realize he's gone. For just one moment, imagine that. You go in your child's room where you find your child every single school day morning and you wake them up, but at 6 a.m., he's not there. Can you imagine what must have gone through their minds? First of all, I want you to hear what his bio mom, Katie Proudfoot, says. Listen.
When I woke him up for school, he wasn't there. I took a second and walked through the house looking for him in case he'd gotten up and was trying to get breakfast or something, because he did that sometimes. About 3 minutes in, give or take, I was on the phone with my husband. I said, I can't find him. He said, what do you mean you can't find him? I said, he's not in the house.
Can't find him. Where is he? And in the last days, we learned that the official law enforcement search is actually scaling back. This as TikTokers and YouTubers are flooding the area, conducting their own searches. Listen to Eric Craddock, Chief Deputy, Sumner County Sheriff's.
Really wanted to come to the community and ask for your help. We need you to search your properties every day, morning and night. If there's a shed or a crawl space or up under your mobile home or a tarp that's in your yard, check it every morning and check it every night. Look for any details that something has been disturbed. If there's a shirt that was there today that wasn't there yesterday, notify us. You can really help us by searching your own property twice a day. Like I said, we're operating under the assumption that Sebastian walked off, and we really need your help to ensure that he is brought home safely.
We are trying to determine what happened when this young boy, an autistic young boy, seemingly walks out of his own home in the middle of the night, we think barefoot. How did that happen? I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us here at Crime Stories.
That's how.
Sirius XM 111. We've read a lot online. We've seen a lot of theories, a lot of speculation. But let's start with what we know to be true. Joining me right now, an all-star panel. But first, I'm going to go to two special guests joining us, Katie and Chris Proudfoot. This is Sebastian's biological mother and his stepfather, who were in their home with Sebastian when he goes missing.
See, okay, stop it right there.
Yeah.
Thank you for being with us. I'm going to go straight.
That's the second interview where that said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The first one was the actual news station, and now it is, well, this is an actual news station too. It's Nancy. Yeah, so two actual news stations have now said, look, it's in Nancy's face, but have said that Chris Proudfoot was there.
Mm-hmm.
And he corrects there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll come forward and correct her.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Back to when Sebastian goes missing. Ms. Proudfoot, I understand that the day before, which would have been Sunday, if I've got the information correct, that you guys went out, you went to dinner, you went to somewhere, I believe you said BJ's, where he had a, quote, colossal popcorn. Then you came home that night, and around 9 p.m., you tell Sebastian to go to bed. He says, okay, he goes to his room. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That
BJ
night,
doesn't
I
have a
understand
colossal
from
popcorn.
previous statements you've made that you went to bed around midnight. Is that correct?
It is.
And to you, Mr. Proudfoot, Chris Proudfoot, did you also go to bed at midnight, or before or after?
I'd be like, Miss Proudfoot, are you okay?
No, ma'am. We went to bed around the same time because we were on the phone together.
And
He was not home.
please excuse any of my questions. I'm simply trying to find out more about that night. Do you two sleep in the same bedroom?
Sounds like Marilyn Monroe almost.
He wasn't actually in the home at all that weekend.
That
you were
weekend.
not home.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
So where were you, Mr. Proudfoot?
Right?
I was
Not just on the weekend.
in
Not
Memphis,
just on the
Tennessee.
weekend, right? He wasn't supposed to be there
Right.
at all.
How far away is that?
3 hours and 37 minutes.
37 minutes.
Doorstep
Doorstep to doorstep.
And that's what the McCanns
And what were you
did.
doing in Memphis?
That's exactly what the McCanns did when they got accused, and they were in an interview, and I have it on the Madeline McCann list of it where I did analysis of them. That's exactly what Kate says from, well, I shouldn't say from doorstep to doorstep, but from the room to the restaurant.
Yeah, she's talking
50
about how
yards.
far it takes to walk. Minutes. It's like minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And see that has always stuck out to me ever since I went in the beginning. When I heard him say that, I was like, why would you know exactly? I mean, I get it if you travel and you want to know exactly how long it's going to take you to get home. I get it. But if somebody said, hey, Tammie, how far is Shreveport? I wouldn't say 2 hours and 30 minutes and 57 seconds.
From
I'd be like, oh, I'd
From
be like
doorstep to doorstep, by the way.
yeah, I would be like, oh, maybe 2.5 hours, somewhere along in there ish, you know.
Yeah.
But you would need to know that.
Exact. Well, and to say from doorstep to doorstep, who actually times
That's what I'm
themselves from
saying.
the time they leave the door?
Right.
Not even from the time I jumped in the car, the time I walked out my door.
But if time is of the essence and you need to be somewhere or not be somewhere, or you need an alibi, then you need to know the exact minutes.
Yeah.
Doorstep
If you need
to
a
doorstep.
truck to connect or not connect, like to connect to your Wi-Fi, you know, like you need to know the exact time that might happen. If you need all the security systems to shut down on everybody's Ring cameras and stuff at the same time, you need to know what time you're going to be doing something.
Right.
So, I mean, it's all convenient that, you know, she happened to know how to do that. And that actually happened.
It did
Everybody's
actually happen.
cameras scrambled at the same time through the neighborhood. And that's what she does for a living.
Yep.
She can scramble your computers.
Yep. Your security systems. Yep.
Yes. Specifically your security systems.
Yep.
So here we go.
Construction project.
Yes, I'm very familiar with St. Jude's. You said you were working there. Are you no longer working there?
Right now it's up in the air.
Literally, you're in a
you've been
crane.
gone ever since Sebastian went missing. So I understand. When you are home, do you two sleep in the same bedroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this a 3-bedroom home?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is your room as it relates to Sebastian's room?
It's on the opposite end of the house. The master bedroom's on one side and the other 2 bedrooms are on the other side of the house.
Okay, so your master bedroom is on one side of the house and Sebastian's room is on the other side of the house. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, you have a 3rd bedroom that I believe you keep for your other daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that Faith? Is your other daughter named Faith?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So where is Faith's bedroom as it relates to Sebastian's bedroom?
Yeah, where is it?
It's in the back,
On the other side of the
back side
house?
of the house. Sebastian's bedroom
So
is in the
it's-
front side of the house.
Okay. So his bedroom is away from Faith's bedroom and away from your master bedroom. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is Sebastian's room on a top floor or a ground level?
So their rooms are in the front and
We have
Sebastian's
a
all the way
ranch
in the
style
back. by
house. It's
himself.
a 1.5
I just
story.
heard.
So everything's flat, and then you have the bonus room above the garage.
Okay. So his is on ground floor, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That morning, was there any sign of a break-in through a window, a front door, a back door, a sliding glass door, anything at all?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No,
No sign
ma'am.
of forced entry. Was anything taken from the home at all?
No,
Not that
ma'am.
we could find anything. We couldn't find anything missing.
I can't stand it.
I want to
Oh
circle
my.
back to Sebastian's shoes regarding if anything was missing. Do you have a burglar alarm?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, I only work for it.
Do you
No,
have a
ma'am.
Ring doorbell cam?
That's
No,
what you do for a living, and you don't have none of that.
Okay.
Well, everything's no, man. Yes,
Have
man.
the
So she
two
don't
of
get
you
tripped up with
taken a
something.
polygraph?
Just easy. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I have.
I have not.
Would you be willing to?
I've offered and volunteered on many occasions to take a polygraph, and I was told directly by law enforcement because of my whereabouts, I did not need one.
I understand. Miss Proudfoot, did you pass your polygraph?
See, why didn't she ask that? You know, like, why did you, even if your whereabouts, I've still never heard that as a reason to be like, you know, like you don't have to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I've never heard of that, especially because it wasn't that far, really. 3 hours really isn't that far.
It isn't. No.
No. And they were supposedly on the phone the whole time. So I just think that's odd that she doesn't ask him more about that. Like, why would they just say no because of that?
Yeah. Yeah. Why'd they give
Those
him an out?
questions out of the way.
Yeah, because I would think she would have asked that.
Was Faith in the home when Sebastian went missing?
No, ma'am.
Does anyone else have a key to your home beside your immediate family?
No.
No, ma'am.
I bet your mommy does.
Miss Proudfoot,
Oh, yeah. His
at
mommy has
midnight when you
everything.
went to bed, what did you do until midnight?
I had been reading a chapter that I needed to, and I had been talking to my husband on the phone. I was falling asleep on him, so that's when he told me it was around midnight. He told me to go ahead and put the dogs up and go to bed, and that's what I did. I got up, put the dogs where they sleep, and then I myself went to bed.
Where do they sleep?
They have a big pen.
A pen, is it inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside. That reminds me of another question. Do you guys have a motion sensor light or lights on the outside of your house?
Yes, we do have lights on the outside of our house.
Did they activate that night?
They're not motion censored. We have lights.
Were they
but not
on that
motion
night?
censored.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Were they on that night? So the lights were out the whole night?
Yes, ma'am. We don't typically turn the floodlights on.
Then why have them?
Were there any
Yeah.
lights outside the house on at all?
And again, having an autistic child,
Just
no
my
cameras,
little solar
not
lights
having
that
a
we have in the
mirror.
garden.
You exactly like if you can't have
There's two
cameras,
lights
but not
on the
even
side
near
of the house
the
and one in the
bedroom's not
garage
even
that
near
are
you.
on at all times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are on.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he
there's a
doesn't.
light
He
above the
doesn't.
garage. It's on at all times.
He's not a.
There's two. Yes, ma'am.
He
Okay,
doesn't go
so those
out
lights were
the
on.
door.
Yes, ma'am.
Like
Yeah.
he doesn't. You know, he's not a loafer.
Okay.
So. But you
The reason I'm asking is because I heard you say earlier, Mr. Proudfoot, that your neighbors have been very, very forthcoming with their Ring camera info. And I was
Yes, ma'am.
trying to determine if any lights were on, what, if anything, they may have caught. But I understand from your previous interviews that nothing of any evidentiary value was caught. And also, in another statement you gave, I understand that the video of the two flashlights, and I'm saying that with air quotes, that's not exactly what that was at all. We now don't believe that two flashlights were observed around your home. Is that correct?
How are you?
You're
Yes.
very correct.
Good to see you, Ken.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Question regarding
You
your
too.
vehicles. Ms. Proudfoot, what make and model do you drive?
I drive a Infinity SUV.
Oh, of course you do.
Year?
With the windows up.
2017.
I drive with the windows up too when my kid's missing and I'm looking
And
for him.
sir, what do
Right.
you drive?
And the wrong way.
I drive a
Driving.
diesel truck,
The wrong
Chevrolet.
way. 2021.
I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's a 2021, I think.
So your Infiniti SUV was parked in the garage or outside the garage that night, Miss Proudfoot?
In the garage.
In the garage. And Mr. Proudfoot, your vehicle was on location in Memphis. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So there's only
And
one
I'm
car at the
adding
home. Is that
comments.
right?
There was actually
You'll always
work
have something to
vehicle in the
say.
driveway at the
Yeah,
time
we're
as
doing
well, but
commentary.
it hasn't moved.
Might as well.
We can't give out that
Who
information.
cares?
We don't have permission from her work.
I don't understand that. What?
About the make and model of the vehicle.
Not
The work
normally
van
she
that was
don't.
also
Yeah.
parked in the driveway.
Why is that? If it's out in the driveway where people can see it, why is that privileged information?
Yeah,
We
why
just
is
don't have
that?
permission from her company
Why
to
is that
divulge
privileged
that
information?
Have you
Your
asked?
whole neighborhood can see what kind of
No, ma'am, we
vehicle
don't
it
know.
is.
Wasn't it on the news too?
Nobody
at
has
first?
asked us
So
that
that
question.
was-
But
Everybody
Yeah.
saw it on the news.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you have a work van. Question to you, Miss Proudfoot, what do you do for a living?
I am an installation technician.
It's interesting she won't tell you that I do security systems.
That night,
Right.
because
was the
everybody's
work
security
van
systems
blocking your
Because it makes
driveway?
her look
Could someone
stupid.
go in and
She
She
out
has
of your
no
driveway?
cameras in her home, according to
Right.
her.
The
But she's
van
an
is parked
installation.
back of my
I
driveway.
think
Because
it
you know
was
that
one-
you,
Pull in, yes.
you know they get a discount for that.
Do you park your Infiniti SUV in the garage or outside the garage?
In the garage.
In the garage. Do you have an automatic garage door?
With the clicker.
Right. Do you leave that up or down at night?
Down.
Why would you? Why
Could
would you leave it
anybody
up?
lift it up? Like, is there an on and off button outside, or do you have to know a code or have the clicker to open it?
You'd have to know the code or have the clicker.
Does Sebastian know the code?
Not to the garage door, but to
Why
the
wouldn't he?
man doors.
Why wouldn't they give that to him?
Not to the garage door, but to the house
The
doors?
regular door, yes.
So is there a code to get in your home, or do you use a regular key?
There's a code.
See, and
And he knows that
Sebastian knew
code.
that. See,
Yes, ma'am.
see.
Well, they said
Why
they
would you
changed
leave
the
a
code.
blanket
and
I'm just
outside
trying to
for him
figure
if
out
he knows the
how he would have
code?
gotten out.
Didn't they say they changed the code too? Like whenever supposedly she left the blanket and the water out, whenever she took off, I heard she changed the code. Also,
Why would you do that if
Allegedly.
your child is missing?
yeah, because not only did she go with him and not stay home in case her child was found and brought back home, she put a blanket and a water on the porch for him and changed the codes to the house.
Hmm. And I don't know why she was worried about stalkers, because they already have, in my opinion, allegedly over here on this channel, they have the law enforcement where they want them. So if
Yeah.
she was being stalked, all she'd have to do is call her friends at law enforcement, and they would make sure whoever's stalking her would leave her alone.
Yeah, and they're quick to say that. Chris Proudfoot's real quick to say when he's upset that he's going to call the police and he's going to
Yeah.
have people. He said in the last one he's going to have her whatever for trespassing, and things
Yeah.
like that. So they're very quick to say they're going to call the cops or use the cops, but then when it fits, they're scared.
Right.
And so,
Yeah.
and we're good, Ken. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, I know. Ken is here. Yeah.
Yeah. So so there was they left. Katie left with Chris to go back to work or something. It was that he claimed, right? He was supposed to be going back to work or something like that. I think it was only like a couple months. I think 2 or 3 months.
Yeah,
not
she was.
even.
Yeah.
2 or 3 months
Yeah, they-
after Sebastian went missing, she left with Chris to go to a work, job site or something for a while, and she left a blanket, a water on the porch for Sebastian in case he came back. And then allegedly she changed the codes to the house when she left too. So even if he came back, he couldn't even do the code that he knew to get back into the house.
So how was he? What was going to happen if he showed up and got in the house, or he showed up and there was a blanket and water there? Then what?
Curl up with the blanket and water until they came back.
Yeah, are they going to drive wherever they were from for like, oh well, Sebastian's back, let's hurry up and go back? That's dumb.
Yeah. Well, she knew she wasn't going to have to come back.
Right.
She knew he wasn't going to be found, and she wasn't going to have to come back. So there was no problem with. But again, that shows you how much they don't realize what's like how cold they are by leaving a blanket and a water on the porch. That people would never do something like that. So, and how inappropriate it is to do something like that. They don't even realize it.
Yeah.
So, that's crazy to me that they don't realize it.
Or if somebody came into the home, could they have gotten through the garage door? No, unless they know the code or had the clicker, which they did not. Do you lock your doors at night?
Yes, ma'am.
Could he have left on his own through those doors?
He could, yes, ma'am.
But I heard in another interview where Mr. Proudfoot said he was not a, quote, wanderer. He didn't wander around. He had never left the home before on his own. Is that right?
Correct. We haven't had issues with him running or taking off in the past.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions regarding the doors. Do you have any...
Listen what he says here.
Surveillance, anything at all that would have given us an idea or a clue if the door had been opened or not, or a window?
Not directly from our house.
Well, then from where?
That's what we were hoping, that neighborhood Ring cameras and may have picked something up.
Gotcha. I want to go back to that night. You said you were up till midnight. You were reading something. What were you reading?
A chapter for school.
A chapter for school. Are you in school?
I was, yes, ma'am. I've since dropped my classes for the time.
What are you studying?
Business administration.
Gotcha. Where do you go to school?
DeVry.
So that night you go to bed at midnight after you've been talking to Mr. Proudfoot on the phone. You put the dogs away in a cage, a crate inside the home, and you go to bed. Did you check on Sebastian at that time?
Didn't she say Sebastian put the dogs away too? I'm pretty sure in the other interview she said he put the dogs away and went to bed.
Not typically.
So she changed that.
Since he's gotten older, I've not been checking on him as
It's really interesting what he says about the doors.
He's good to go in his room once he
gives away that, I think it's this interview where Sebastian couldn't have possibly went out the door. But he don't realize that's what he's done.
No, and I think it's odd that she says as he's gotten older, I don't check on him as much, because didn't his diagnosis come later as he got older?
It just came.
And the other medical condition he had never improved. Wasn't it a chromosomal deletion or something? So that was never going to improve. And then she heard a thud, and that didn't even make her get up. So, I mean, that doesn't show you how much she didn't care about what was going on with Sebastian. I think it shows me that.
She said she didn't like to go in there because, he's a teenage boy and they do things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's her mind frame too. That shows you what she thinks about right away. Not what Sebastian's doing or what Sebastian thinks. That's what Katie thinks teenage boys are doing all the time.
That's where her mind frame is at.
I have a teenage boy who's autistic and who's a year older than Sebastian. I go in his room all the time, probably too. She probably doesn't want me coming in his room half the time. He's like, get out of here. And he will. He'll be like, I'm fine, Mom. I'm fine, Mom. And, I'll try to and I'll try. I think he's right here, actually. Hey, Andrew. How you doing?
But he's not he's not mean or anything. He's really sweet about it. He's like, I'm okay, Mom, because he knows you're worried.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he's real sweet about it. But you can tell after a while, it's like, I know, I'm okay, Mom. I'm okay, Mom. And I'll go up and I always check his head still too. And he's like, I'm not warm, Mom. I'm fine. I have no fever.
You're being a helicopter, Mom.
Yeah, I am. I'm a helicopter. I'm always checking on them. But both my kids are, on the spectrum, different level of different, ends of the spectrum completely, but on the spectrum. And then my youngest is diabetic too. So we got a lot of medical things going on.
So as an autistic parent, you would automatically jump up and run if you heard a thump in Andrew's room.
Yeah, probably jump up so
Connor.
fast I'd fall down. Almost, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Connor's, yeah. And Andrew is 18 now. Andrew is
Even
an
if
adult.
even if it was unusual or not unusual, even if they played rough every night, you would still. Yeah.
Because that's unusual, and they're on the he's on the spectrum, and I don't know what's happening. And again, you never know.
Right.
I think you're always going to check on them and always be concerned, I would imagine.
If
Even if they're not on the spectrum.
If my 35-year-old daughter was here and she was sleeping in the back bedroom and I heard a thump, I would go in there. And she's grown.
Yeah. That's what I'd imagine. I would imagine even if Andrew wasn't on the spectrum, I'd still do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. He's been missing 2 years, Ken, on the 25th.
Yes, 2 years. We did a live on Tuesday, which his candle is still burning strong over there, y'all. I try to have the computer over there so y'all could see, and we had like his little candle burning and all the vibe, but the computer, believe it or not, was even worse over there. So
yeah,
it kind of improved a little bit over here. So yeah, I mean, we have his candle going over there though, still from Tuesday's live, and that was the day that was the 2-year anniversary, was Tuesday.
Yep.
So okay, so I'm gonna check up with this last one.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I check on everyone.
Yeah.
And everything. I feel like if my dog thumped or my cat thumped, I'd go check.
Oh yeah, I definitely would. If mine, I'd be like, okay, what are you up to? You know?
Yeah. And they were talking about how upset they get and how they've seen some people more upset who lose their wristwatch than they are talking about, you know, Sebastian being lost.
Right.
There's no emotion, there's no upset. Like, she's very talking about it matter of fact. She's not crying. Yeah. This is very soon after. So yeah, I just think that's interesting too.
Earlier, you had stated you heard a noise in his room before you went to bed. What time was that?
Around 10 o'clock.
10 p.m. What did it sound like?
Just a thud.
A thud. You stated that you said, look, I don't care what you're doing in there. Go to bed. Is that right?
I was on the couch, which is near his room, and I said, Bubba, did you fall out of the bed? And he said, no, ma'am. And I said, well, whatever you're doing in there, knock it off and go to sleep.
So you heard his voice at 10 p.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
But she said their bedroom was.
Do you have any idea what the sound actually was?
She's in the living room.
I do not know.
Oh, I thought she said her room.
If he were to go out his window, what would he step on?
Mulch
bushes.
And, bushes.
Did you say mulch or mush?
Mulch.
Come on, Nancy.
Mulch.
Mulch. Okay. Got it. Has he ever gone out the window before?
No, ma'am.
Is his room on the front of the house or the back of the house?
Front.
Front. Do any of your neighbors' ring cams point toward your house? Could they pick that up?
They do, but it's so dark that they can only see it after it gets so dark at night. They can only see certain things where there's light.
I thought there were the two lights on
the opposite side of the house.
Okay. Can we talk about Sebastian's shoes? Why are you convinced Sebastian left without shoes on? Or are you?
Well, the reason that came about is because all of his shoes are accounted for inside the house still.
Are you positive?
I'm positive.
How do you know what clothes he was wearing?
The clothes that we described are the ones I saw him in when he went to bed.
That morning, you woke up at 6 o'clock. Is that the normal time you wake up?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a heavy sleeper?
Off and on.
Do you take any medication at night that would make you sleep?
No, ma'am.
But you heard nothing?
I did not, no.
So we know he is alive and well at 10 p.m. At 6 a.m. he's gone. You say he's never left before. Is that right?
Correct. He's never run off before.
And I
He
can I
didn't run up
confirm
this time
where
either.
was his bio dad
Yeah.
at the time he went missing?
I believe he was at work in Nashville.
Had there been any family argument or altercation prior to him going missing?
No, ma'am.
And Mr. Proudfoot, when did you leave town?
Early February.
So you had been gone for days before he went missing. Is that correct?
Correct,
Weeks.
ma'am.
Had you visited home since you left?
Yes, had you?
You said from when I initially left?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I came home February 26th, the morning I was told that he was missing.
From the time
But
that you left for
what
the
he
job
Yeah, that's not
did-
the
in Memphis
question.
to February
That's
26th,
that's
did
not
you
the
visit?
question, but that's not
Yeah.
what he said earlier either.
And that's how you know he's lying again, because it's common sense that she's not talking about that morning. Like, no shit, you were there that morning. You came home, like, we all know
Yeah.
that. Like, she's talking about before that morning, were you there? So that
Yeah.
shows you, yes, he was there when he should not have been there, because he wouldn't have answered it that way. Liars
Yeah.
answer that way,
Yeah,
in my
because
opinion.
he said earlier, because she said he wasn't home that weekend, which means he comes home on weekends, but he just wasn't home that weekend.
Right.
So he's been home between the time he left and February 26th.
But wasn't he not supposed to be?
I don't think
Because
he
of
was
CPS.
supposed to be there. I don't think he was.
Allegedly,
allegedly.
he wasn't supposed to be there because of the CPS report. The fifth
That's what I feel. Yeah,
one. Yeah.
that's what I feel. Yeah. I mean, why would you be gone for that many weeks at a time if you're only 3 hours away and 37 minutes to doorstep, which is you can leave Saturday morning and be there by lunch. Why would you not come home at least once or twice? I mean, you're not that far away.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you could come home.
That's
But
what I'm
if
saying.
you
Maybe because he
can't.
couldn't come home.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's very much answered in a way where you can tell there's an issue.
Yeah.
You know, because he's only telling you, I came that day. So you weren't supposed to be there that day. And you're making sure that you say that in that
Right.
statement too. I'm making sure I cover my ass by saying I didn't come home to that morning when I was supposed to come home.
Right.
But then she says he was there that weekend.
Right.
Or something like that. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So they messed that up.
Yep.
Home.
Yes, ma'am.
When?
I was home. I can't give exact dates. Law enforcement has told me not to provide exact dates.
No, they did not.
But I had been
nobody
home
told you
multiple
that.
times prior to February.
I can't tell him not to say anything.
And then I left early February and then didn't come back till February 26th, the morning he was missing.
So you were not home from the time you left early February till Feb 26. Is that right?
Correct, ma'am.
Where were you living in Memphis?
I have an RV trailer that I stay in at an RV park.
RV park. Okay. Following back up on that morning, you search the home, Ms. Proudfoot. Then you get in your vehicle and you start searching.
With her
Did
window up.
Sebastian know how to drive?
No, ma'am.
And only to the school and back.
Was your car in the same location when you woke up that morning as it was the night before?
Yes, ma'am.
Has your car been searched by police?
Multiple times. Yes, ma'am.
Have scent dogs looked at your car?
Yes, ma'am.
So your car's in the same place. You get in the car, you start looking in the neighborhood for him. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you call Mr. Proudfoot, right?
I believe I was already on the phone with him at that point.
Okay. Question. Who called 911?
Nobody.
I did.
No, you didn't.
You did.
And
Yes,
why
ma'am.
did you?
You didn't
For
call
someone who was
911.
not, yeah, and someone who was not there, why did you? And you didn't call 911. You called the sheriff's line. You called your friend. And you said it wasn't an emergency.
You
But
were
it is
3
an
hours away,
emergency.
and you're calling 911 3 hours away.
Right. While the mom is sitting right there, but then drives to the school with the window up, and that's it. Drives straight to the school and drives back. Doesn't drive around the surrounding areas. Didn't go to Culver's, the favorite place that he liked to walk up the block, that she told everybody that he loved walking there. Didn't go there, which I think is odd. You know, that'd have been a place I'd have stopped at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I would have stopped at the nearest pool. There'd been a lot of places I'd have stopped. So I just think that's interesting that she just drives straight to the school and straight home with the windows up.
And she says she drove to the school, but the video doesn't show her doing that. She
No,
didn't have
it
time
doesn't.
to do that.
She says that though, yeah.
Yeah.
And someone said too, they timed it, I think.
It's
in the
30
video.
seconds or something.
Yeah, like they said there was no way that she could have made it there like she said
No.
she did.
Yes, I do, Ken.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do think that's more likely than what happened, you know.
He's fixing to give you the answer to why she didn't call.
Yeah. So here we go.
Without looking at a call, I can give you the exact time, but on or about 6:20.
And had you guys been talking on the phone before 6 a.m. or did you initially call Mr. Proudfoot at the time you realized Sebastian was gone?
I called him when I realized Sebastian was gone.
Have you guys been out looking for Sebastian?
Nope.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I have not. You lied.
We were given information that you guys have left the home. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
I'm going back to work.
You're going back to work. What about you, Miss Proudfoot?
And he had just said his job was undetermined.
Exactly.
Going back to work.
It's
Not yet, at least.
up in the
Did
air.
you leave the home also, Miss
Up in the
Proudfoot?
air, his job.
Yes, ma'am.
Now he had to return to work.
Why?
Yeah, now he's going to go to work.
To accompany my husband going back to work, and then I'm coming back.
Okay, when will you be back? Do you know yet?
No, not yet.
Are you concerned about being away while the search is ongoing?
No,
Absolutely.
I left a bottle of water and a blanket.
Then
Yeah,
why
she
are you
doesn't
going?
care.
Mm-mm.
Here you go.
Because
This one she's
my
going.
son could be anywhere, and we're looking everywhere and anywhere.
That's the dumbest answer I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a question for
No
you.
emotion at all.
I want to
Nothing.
find
Nothing
out
going on in there
about
with emotion.
Mr. Proudfoot
Weird.
hitting
How far is
Sebastian
this in? Let me see.
with a belt.
I don't.
25
What
minutes.
happened?
I can't. I
That
don't
was
know how to
actually several
sugarcoat
years
Scout.
ago.
Scout said she loves my honest comments. I'm like, I don't know how to sugarcoat. I just spit it out there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, let me see.
No, she knows where he's at.
Yeah, that's why she's not concerned. So she knows where he's at. That's why she just left a blanket and a bottle of water, change a lock. She knows he's not coming home to undo the lock. So
She don't. Why does she worry? She don't care.
yeah.
And it
To
was
Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Proudfoot, what happened?
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought you were asking Katie.
Oh, Chris.
Sebastian had gotten in trouble. He got caught lying. And
I hate this part right
asked
here. If
him,
I could go through
today,
here,
you got to have a punishment for this. He says, yes, sir. And I said, okay. So I gave him a swat with a belt on his buttocks on the outside of his clothes. One swat.
What did he lie about?
Honestly, I don't remember at the time, but it was probably something dealing with school because that's
I don't
the
remember.
majority where his issues lie.
So that's how you know it didn't need to be done. I think if
Right.
you can't even remember what you spanked him for a belt with, even if it was one pop, it probably isn't important then. Like
No.
my grandmother used to tell me, like, if you're gonna remember from 5 years, like 5 years from now, if you're gonna remember what happened, then it's important, right? But if you're not gonna
Right.
remember if you're not gonna remember 5 minutes from now, it's not important. He can't remember. He can't remember what he spanked him for.
And I think what he spanked him for was Sebastian didn't wear his belt to school.
Yeah. Possibly.
So he spanked him with a belt because he didn't wear his belt.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 5 years ago. He was like, what, 15 when he did that?
Yeah.
How old
And
was
that's what I was
Sebastian?
saying in the last live. Who bends over a 15-year-old, especially any 15-year-old, but a male, and spanks him with the belt? And he's saying for lying about something at school. It's like they're treating him like a child, like a little 7-year-old child. And even at that, I wouldn't spank a 7-year-old child with the belt for lying at school. There's lots of other routes to go.
Yep.
So, not with a belt. It's excessive.
Yeah.
Force. It's excessive force, and he does it all the time. Then, so it wasn't just he acts like it's every once in a while. If he's spanking him with the belt for lying, this time he does it all the time.
Yeah, he's done it more than once.
And so and imagine if he's really done something that he thinks is wrong, it's going to be more than a belt, don't you think? I would think, in my opinion.
Yeah, allegedly. Yep.
Allegedly, in my opinion.
Did he have other issues at school?
Some behavioral stuff, but nothing too crazy.
What kind of behavioral stuff?
He has a hard time. He's like awkwardly socially like blending in with students. So it's a little, he's trying to figure out how to do it, but respecting people's space. He gets a little too close. And then the kids don't really accept that too much. So it kind of causes an issue. But
he's talking about himself.
Not stop.
What he doesn't like about him.
So then it causes an issue, and instead of being honest about it, he'll lie.
Again,
like, no, I didn't.
Putting Sebastian down.
Sebastian.
Taking the route right there. Taking it.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the first time? Was that the first time you would ever hit him with a belt?
In the closet.
I think this is where he says is this where they say he has the mind of a 5-year-old?
I'm not sure. It might be. I don't remember which, because they did so many different interviews at first, with different news. We'll go ahead and say, I don't know though if this is where they say that or not.
Yeah, I can't remember either because they say so much crap.
Yeah. Why is this? That's what I was kind of saying. She's asking great questions, but when they give certain answers, I feel like she could have probed a little more about certain things, because I'm sure she knows that Katie worked for a security system company. So when she said that, I would have been like, well, don't you work for a security system company, Miss Proudfoot? It's a little bit odd that you don't have security systems in your house at all or outside your premises. And then, well, why didn't you have the lights on that night? Do y'all usually have the lights off? And since it's so dark, and things like that. And, Sebastian, being on the spectrum and having medical needs, do you always have it that dark and things like that? Another question, why would you have him in the back of the house with medical needs? I mean, you're not, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of questions that could have been.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, she has an hour interview. So, I mean, I've never watched the second part of the interview. So I've only watched it to about the 30-minute mark. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second part too. So we're 26 minutes in now.
Yes, ma'am. The one and only time, actually.
Mm-hmm.
When was this?
Years ago, ma'am.
Years ago.
And he shook his head no when he said it. Years ago.
Any idea how many?
True.
Right. That's not what he meant.
Mm-hmm.
It probably at least 3 years ago.
Look at Katie looking all dumpy and
I don't
stupid,
understand how that turned into a CPS or Child Protective Services complaint. How were they?
Now listen to this dumbass right here.
It did not turn into a CPS request.
Yes, it did. 5 of them.
There were other CPS reports, right? Were they regarding your other child?
There is one in regards to my daughter that I know of out in New Mexico with my ex-wife and myself.
What happened?
At the time, my ex-wife had fled to New Mexico with my daughter. We were going through a custody and then a divorce case at that time. And at the time, when I call and try to check in on my daughter, I could never reach my ex-wife at that time. So a welfare check was requested. Law enforcement told me to call CPS if I had concerns. So I called CPS.
Hi, Appalachians, guys. Good to see you.
Did make a welfare call, and that was it.
Then how does that turn into a CPS complaint against you?
Because he did other things that were CPS
I have
complaints.
no idea, ma'am. there's a lot of misinformation
Stuff
out
that
there
would
right
give you
now in
nightmares,
regards
according
to
to Seth.
my New Mexico case.
Yeah.
That actually has no relevance to the Sebastian case.
Then
The
was there
Sebastian
even a
case.
The
CPS complaint
Sebastian.
against you in New
The
Mexico?
Sebastian.
Yeah,
Not that I am aware of.
Dirty ass dog.
And my attorney and myself are well educated on my case, and there's nothing
well
that we know of.
educated. Okay.
Was there a TRO taken out against you regarding
Yes, ma'am.
your daughter?
Not a TRO, but a TPO.
A temporary protective order. Why was that taken out?
Because he's a jerk.
So in regards to that case, my ex-wife had a TPO put against her in Tennessee at the time. When we went to court, that got dissolved. I was ordered to hand my daughter back over to my ex-wife at the time. She gets in a truck. She fleds to New Mexico. 2 days later, she files one in retaliation.
Is it still in place?
No, ma'am.
Oh,
That was
they
dropped
frozen?
within, I think, 2 weeks of it being put in place.
She's like,
The biggest sack of bullshit I've ever heard.
I've got a question about the belt incident. You're telling me that was the only time that you ever hit Sebastian with a belt.
Yes, ma'am.
bullshit.
And you're also telling me that did not make it to CPS?
Bullshit.
No, ma'am, that did not.
But we know there were 5 CPS reports.
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding Faith's furniture.
Yes,
A few days after Sebastian goes missing, did you replace furniture in Faith's room?
No, ma'am, I have not replaced any furniture in my daughter's room.
Is there any new furniture in the home?
Yes, ma'am, there's a bed that was given to me and it's currently in my garage.
Has anything been taken out of the home?
No, ma'am.
I was curious about a statement that Miss Proudfoot made earlier that the barn around the home and near a retention pond, did that happen?
I'm not sure about the barn, but the retention pond, yes.
Huh.
Because law enforcement says the dogs did not hit. But Miss
There's been
Proudfoot says they did hit around the retention pond.
So there's been a lot of miscommunication in regards to what is and what is not. To help clear that up, law enforcement has actually spoken directly with me, showed me a few things. What I can tell you is there, from day one, there was 5.
He said the law enforcement said that he didn't need to take one, Ken, because he was somewhere else, and that's his word's good enough. Even though he has 5 CPS reports on him and a protective order in a different state, the police said that he didn't need to do that because he's such a good guy. So that's what happened with that, Ken. And that stanky ass face you see right there on screen. Look at his face. That's funny. And hers too. And that's how I feel like his face probably looked when he was going on, and then she just sat there looking like that.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just blank. Nothing
just,
going on inside.
Yeah. Just
crazy.
Blank.
Dogs that started the scent for the search. And then after that, from the next 8 days out from that, there have been dogs from all over the country that have come in and done searches and had scent hits in various locations. But I would say a certain percentage of them tend to go toward the same spot, which would have been a retention pond.
So the law enforcement dogs did not hit on the retention pond. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying they did. There was at least 3 that I know for a fact that did hit on the retention pond.
Huh. And the pond has been drained, correct? And there was nothing there.
Yes, ma'am. They have walked it, drained it, and there's nothing.
Do you think something was there and they moved it? Why would 3 dogs hit there? Something had to be there, right? At some point, wouldn't that be a perfect place to hide something in water until you're ready to go back for it?
I don't
And
know
the street was
that
going to be flooded.
I don't know that many hit there. I don't know that he's
telling the truth about it.
Yeah.
Why do you think he would lie about that?
Because I think he's trying to make he walked out the door look plausible.
So like, and this is the area that it could have been, but they did it and nothing happened. So don't look again. You know, like, don't worry about it. Okay.
He's trying to make it look like he's trying to make the scenario of him walking out the door, which we know he didn't, because the dogs didn't pick up his scent coming out of the house anywhere. And if he'd have walked out barefooted, like they said, the dog would have automatically picked his scent up because he's bare feet on the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's trying to keep that narrative going that Sebastian walked out.
Right.
And they're trying to also use the water thing, you know, because like you said, autistic children tend to go to water. And so that kind of helps them out.
Yeah.
If that's the closest water source besides the pool.
Right.
That
they do. Yeah, they do. So, and hello, Claudia. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everyone who's dropping in.
Yeah.
Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and a like and share. If you think someone else will like this live as well, they can all join us. It's nice having everybody's opinions.
Yes.
So, and then make sure, you know, to drop the links if everybody wants to share their channels. The mods can drop the links for y'all. And then also we are doing a petition for Sebastian to bring in new investigators on his case. So that is also up there in the corner. That is what the change.org QR is for. We're at 624 signatures for new investigators on Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. So I'd really like to keep this petition going till we at least hit 1,000. Because I just feel like that's a great number, you know, I mean, to hand over to Sumner County and say 1,000 people are requesting new people on his case. So if you haven't signed the petition or you're interested in just pulling it up and looking at it, I'd greatly appreciate it. It is in the description, the link, if you prefer to do that instead of the QR code, but it is both ways. The QR code's up there and the description is the link. So I appreciate everyone who has signed it and shared and everybody who is dropping links in the chat for those things. So let's get back to this interview and see what else they lie about.
Retention pond was only knee deep anyways.
Doesn't matter. You can drown in a teaspoon
occasion,
of water.
Mr. Proudfoot, you stated that you and Mrs. Proudfoot have been, quote, vetted and cleared of foul play. That was stated on Chronicles of Olivia. Is that true? What do you mean by that?
Yes. So after working with law enforcement of all agencies,
You're not clear, Chris.
They have actually told us that there is no foul play, no nefarious issues. We've been cleared of all wrongdoing. We are working.
Law enforcement doesn't clear anybody, not even parents.
Agencies.
Not that quickly. And not on every aspect and every avenue. They're telling you every avenue has been cleared for them. Everything has been, but nothing's been cleared for Seth, even though he's on camera. He's on camera at work, but they're telling you the opposite for them.
Well, they even tell you this isn't a criminal case, and it is.
Why wouldn't it be? A child is missing.
Yeah. Yeah, but they will tell you it's not a criminal case. And Justin from Clutch Them Pearls actually emailed the sheriff's department and they sent him an email back and they told him, yes, this is a criminal case.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and they want you to do that because again, they want to take away the importance of it, like they do everything. And it was interesting when you sent me that video of supposedly the rumor going or allegedly is going around that's being said that Sebastian was found. So I thought that was interesting that was a rumor going around in Hendersonville, Tennessee, that Sebastian has actually been found and to stop looking for him. So that was an interesting video. That's in my community tab if anybody wants to see it.
Yeah.
So, but this is definitely a criminal case in the sense that there's a child missing, a special needs child, someone who they're saying is not capable of making his way home. Well, if that's true, he wasn't capable of making his way out on his own either.
Exactly.
So they told on themselves again when they said that. They're telling on themselves constantly.
Yeah.
So you just have to listen. And again,
Yeah.
if you could even really turn off the sound and just watch their body language. And is that guilty people with the body language, or is that somebody who's looking for their children? I mean, look at them right there. Do they look guilty, or do they look like they're trying to find their son? I feel like they look a little bit guilty, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't look like they're up there trying to advocate. There's no shirts on. There's no pictures of Sebastian in the background hung up. They don't look like they're distressed in any way. They look like the only stress they have is this interview and getting through it. And that's what all the yes ma'am and no ma'ams are about. Because if I just say yes ma'am and no ma'am, then I can't get tripped up that easily, because I'm only saying yes ma'am and no ma'am. So, and that's what the military or wherever they were in taught them. You know, so
well,
they're using that strategy right now.
If you look up how many cases parents have been cleared in, there's not many. No. I think there's one or two.
I would be interested to see, even with the Kyron Horman case, how long did that take for, even if I don't know if the parents, like as far as the mothers cleared or anything like that, but I don't think they're cleared. I don't think Terry Horman is
no.
cleared, because, you know, so I mean, how many years has that been?
Yeah, they don't clear you. I don't think anybody is ever cleared. You have to look it up. I probably should try to figure that out, but I think Mandy from Spirit Seeker Squad actually looked that up, and she actually knows. I think there's been one case that parents were cleared.
Yeah, and it was probably something where like again, on camera. You know what I mean? Something you could absolutely see that they had nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? And I would think, I don't know if Seth has been cleared, but again, he's on camera. So I feel like technically he could be in a way, you know, but I think what that is about is having help. And that's why they never cleared, because of the orchestration. And that's kind of what we're talking about with this.
Yeah.
Which again, I do think whoever the sheriff or whoever they called in the sheriff was a part of the plan. Whoever was the one that dispatched it as a non-emergency with Chris is the one that you want to look at, because you're going to call somebody who knows what to say and how to handle it. You're not going to call somebody who's going to be like, oh, let's get this out and spread as fast as we can to everybody. That's not what they wanted. And that's not what happened. So whoever did it is the one who's in on it, in my opinion.
Because the beginning had to work. If the beginning didn't work, the rest of it wouldn't.
That's the biggest part that had to work. If I was going to knew I had to call 911 or a non-emergency, and I was going to plan this whole thing out, and I had the option to call the non-emergency, which one do you think I'd call?
The
non-emergency.
Yeah.
And then it happens to all go my way on top of it. I don't know. So it's just a little bit odd to me. Again, I'd be interested to know who was that person. You know,
you're right. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're right, Nikki. No. We are looking at it in hindsight, and you're right. To be fair, people do, you know, they do react differently to stress and stuff. And I guess it's because we know what we know now. Looking at them, we can say that they are sitting there looking like they don't care. But I've been, well, some cases, you know, you really get a good idea from the very beginning, and in some cases you kind of have to get into it a little while before you realize, well, maybe the parents aren't guilty, or maybe this is actually, you know, an accident or whatever, you know. But like with Summer's case, in this case, I just automatically, I was like, oh, something's not right here.
It's just a feeling. And again, with Sebastian, for me, like with just having the experience with the autism with my own children, it's like, it just doesn't make anybody who I speak to who has children with autism, they're like, oh, that doesn't make no sense. There's no way. You know what I mean? Like that just doesn't happen that way. You know, and so I think that's the big thing, is that everybody who, I mean, all you have to do is be a parent to know this isn't right. Something's not right. They're not telling the truth too. They're not checking on the thud, not looking for the child, not wearing the shirts to support it, not going out there looking, just everything.
Yeah, because and like Nikki was saying, you know, at the beginning, you don't know, because you're trying to have that open mind. No, you're not being weird. No, we're like, I like your comments. You know, you're supposed to have an open mind.
Be in their shoes. Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm trying to put myself in their shoes, and I don't understand it. And I wouldn't feel like I'd react that way. And again, having a son who is moderately on the spectrum who is just a year older than Sebastian, this makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah.
I don't get how it happened. I don't get their behavior. I don't get how they're just not in complete shambles. Now, the only thing I will kind of say that I will give them when they talk about the past tense of him, the only reason I'll give them that with autism is because the likelihood of your child surviving on their own if they go missing with autism is almost none. If they don't have the skills and they need medicine and they need things like that, they don't know how to survive on their own. My son is going through guardianship because he wouldn't give him, like, he would not take his daily medicine if I didn't give it to him. And he would get physically sick and he still wouldn't take his medicine. He still wouldn't know to do it. You know what I mean? So you have to look at that and say, you're saying the child like that just took off on his own and you're not concerned at all. You leave a blanket and a bottle of water on the porch. Like I'd just be a complete wreck. And you see that with Seth. You see that in Seth, and this child is vulnerable. And I feel like I would just be up. I mean, I feel like I've been up and more stressed about where is Sebastian than I've seen them.
Yeah. And I think the way they handled it, I mean, if they just say we'll just say go out on a limb and say that they on the side of they done something. So if you went through all this work and got rid of Sebastian, and then now you're doing dumb stuff, like why aren't you following through with at least go through the motions to look like you missing?
Yeah.
Look for him. Go out and actually boots on the ground. Look for your son.
Yeah.
Put flyers up. Don't say I'm doing it, and then people go behind you and find out you're not doing it. You're just saying you're doing it. You know? So I think
saying all the right things too, like a parent that would miss their child. Like I said, if my child was missing, I would think those moments when she says, "Oh, you know, I miss him telling me, rub my head, mom, after getting a haircut." When she said that, I bawled my eyes out. I bawled my eyes out, imagining sweet Sebastian going, "Rub my head, mom," you know, and to know that she probably allegedly, in my opinion, possibly set this up, and she's using that emotion, that moment that every mother, every father experiences
to relate
to you, to pull at your heartstrings, to manipulate you.
Yeah.
That's these people. That's who we're looking at.
Yeah.
And that just gets under my skin like nothing else. Like I don't.
I mean, you don't see Monkey's mom, Michael Vaughn's mom, going on hate channels and going after the people that were trying to find Michael.
No, and mocking the father, mocking Seth and making fun of him for looking and for being sad that his son's gone and missing his son.
Yeah, literally making fun of him about his weight and the way. I mean, they have the reputation that they have. They made it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
They made it. But would you get you?
I know. I'm surprised Rex ain't jumped up here yet. I think because he's playing with the kids. He's starting to he never really messed with the kids now, but now that Connor's like 9, he's willing to deal with the kids, or he's almost 9.
Nikki, she's got 2 ginger kitties. She's got 2 ginger kitties. She does.
Yeah. Wilbur's Wilbur's more quiet than Rex. Rex is loud. He will talk constantly. He's a Gemini though.
He talks. Yeah.
He talks a lot.
Yes, he does.
Little Miss Sharon, thank you for the like. We greatly appreciate it. It's
yes,
great to have
thank
you
Miss Sharon.
for this interview.
Yeah.
Review, I guess you'd call it.
Review of an interview.
Yeah, review of an interview.
I know, right? Yeah, you would be just like, pacing, walking. I don't know that I could function.
I think I would sit outside the police station like Seth is doing. I think I'd sit outside there and I wouldn't move until and everybody that would walk past, I'd probably be like, "Are you here for Sebastian? Do you know anything about this?" I mean, I think even if they weren't there for that, I'd stop them and tell them. You know what I mean? So again, it's so weird that they're not doing that, and they're criticizing and making fun of the people who do. It doesn't make sense to me.
And knowing that the place they were eating breakfast at, which is the town Sebastian is missing in, and they think he's been found.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been going around that the town that Henderson, Ville, Tennessee, they think that Sebastian's been found.
So does that mean his flyers are being taken down?
More than likely, yeah. And if they're not, just the fact that they're telling people he's found is just enough to distract from the whole thing. So,
Appalachia Skies has 2 ginger kitties also.
Oh, does she? Yeah. What's your kitty's name?
She's got one that likes to steal her crystals.
Oh, really? Well, that's good. At least it knows how to like zen itself, right? I wish Rex would do that. Rex just goes nuts all the time. As I said, I don't know where he is. He's probably in my closet or something.
I've actually been on Messenger with her, and he's gone right back behind her and stole a crystal. And I think he steals the same one all the time. You immediately start looking. That's what I will never understand. Yeah. Why they never started look? Yeah. That's the thing.
Behind. I'm trying to catch up. Sorry.
If why would you not be out there looking for him? I mean, they went one time, and she didn't go. He did, and they recorded it just for looks, to show that he was looking for Sebastian. He knew where he was going. He wasn't going to find him.
Yeah, just like he gave away his PlayStation, or wanted to give away the Sebastian's PlayStation to Seth because he knew he wasn't going to come back to play it.
Yeah.
So, just the idea of when, as soon as I sit and think, okay, Sebastian's missing, I start getting anxiety. I start like wanting to look. I do. I look every morning to see if there's any new updates. Like, I'm constantly looking, and you don't see that with them. You see them going on the hate channels, but yet they're getting on here, putting them all down. I don't know if they're doing that, hoping that people won't go to them, or maybe they won't believe that it's them on there saying it, that it's him on there saying it. But I mean, I don't know if he's on camera, but I know on the one where he was making fun of Seth in the cowboy hat, he had to be, right? Because they know he had the hat on.
Yeah.
So they're going
I think most of them, they weren't on camera.
Right.
But he wants to make fun of him so bad that he was willing to go on camera for that one.
Right. And then with the grieving thing, I feel like when you lose a child, it's devastating. And I feel like if you watch the first interview, she's grieving.
Right.
In my opinion, she's already grieving Sebastian. That's why she looks so upset. She's so torn up, and she's reliving it, thinking about it. Like you can see her eyes, like kind of playing back what happened. If you pay attention enough to what she's doing. And that's why Chris is just sitting there side-eyeing her. He's not turning because he's just as awkward. He knows what's going on. He's just as uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, he grabs the crystals.
624 signatures for Sebastian's petition. So yes,
nice.
Please, everybody, keep signing, keep sharing. We'd love to get to 1,000 so that we can go ahead and turn that over to Sumner County and hopefully get new investigators for him.
I don't know. They've said some pretty bad things, like he stinks. He has the mind of a 5-year-old.
And what context would you say that?
I mean, yeah. Why is any of that important? Why is any of that important?
What conversation would come up that you would feel that you would need to say that?
Yeah.
I would never say that about my child, even if it was something that was happening with the bathroom or something like that. I would never say stuff like that,
And just say that he was somewhere and he heard you saying that.
Yeah.
And just say he was alive somewhere and somebody had him and he heard you saying that. Why would he want to come back to somebody that's putting all of his business out there on the web?
Yeah. Because again, he knows he's not coming back. So he knows he's not going to hear all these horrible things and stuff like that. And I still think the pull-up was just to embarrass him. I think it was just an embarrassing thing, and it was just to make him, to make him feel ashamed, Yeah. It was just a shameful thing. And I think that he got off on that kind of shit because he's sick. He's sadistic. So you have to be to do things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it back too. So we're halfway through it. So we'll see if we can get through it. If you're up for it, we can, and we'll just see what we get through. Okay.
At any point in time that they've called, come to the house, anything.
Was Sebastian angry or upset
Oh, let me add it.
before
I'm
he
sorry.
What is your theory about where is Sebastian?
Yeah, what is it?
I wish I knew where he was, to be honest.
Your theory.
I think it's possible that someone has my son,
Why?
because I feel like if he had been close to the house or had walked off, that we would found him by now with as many people as we had searching.
Have you checked his social media?
He doesn't have social media.
Have you checked his phone?
His phone has been thoroughly checked. Yes, ma'am.
Have you handed your phones to police, both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, we have.
Has police searched all of your devices, your laptop, your iPad,
And they
everything?
took, what, over a week to take their phones
Everything.
in the first
Yes,
place?
ma'am.
Other than you, Miss Proudfoot, who is the last person that saw or heard
Chris.
Sebastian?
My internet sucks, y'all, so it's going to buffer a bit.
Alive
I
the Sunday
apologize.
before he went missing.
Two of his aunts, a cousin, and the staff where we had dinner.
And that was at BJ's the night before or the bowling alley?
So BJ's, and then we went to the bowling alley, and then after the bowling alley, we went to dinner before coming home.
I want to follow up again on the dogs hitting. Earlier, Ms. Proudfoot had stated the dogs hit around the house, the barn, and at the retention pond. Is that correct?
I don't know about the barn, but I do know that they did track to the pond. Yes.
Did the dogs also hit around the house?
Yes, ma'am.
On the outside of the house?
Yes, ma'am.
Were they scent dogs or cadaver dogs?
They did not.
They brought in both cadaver and tracking dogs.
Which dog hit? A cadaver dog or a scent dog?
Scent dog.
It's all been scent dogs that have hit. The cadaver dogs have not hit on anything that we know of.
What do you believe Sebastian was wearing when he disappeared? And would that have been what he slept in?
Yes. So the clothes, the black sweatpants with the white stripes and the long sleeve black shirt, that is what he went to bed in. And the reason that I believe he was still wearing those clothes is because when we searched, I did not find those clothes in the house. So I have to assume that that's what he was still wearing.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Did you say that's what he wore when he went to bed?
Yes, ma'am.
I believe they changed his
Joining us
missing
right
date.
now, in addition
didn't they?
to Katie Proudfoot and Chris Proudfoot.
So what?
Have they changed
Sorry.
his missing date from the 26th to the 25th?
They
What's his
changed it.
official
They did
missing
change
date?
it before because it's the 20. I would say the 25th because that's the
Yeah.
last time he was seen on camera. And the
Yeah.
light video is out, interestingly enough, but that's 3 a.m. and they can't prove, in my opinion, yet that has anything to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, when they do, so we'll know more about that and how he got the house. I think that had a lot to do with what he was wearing too, why it was the clothing that he was wearing was dark and why they had him dressed a certain way, why they're saying a flashlight was removed and things like that. So I do think those clothing, the flashlight, things like that, the little things they're telling you that doesn't really seem important is important. So,
Right.
Because there's nobody's asking that about the flashlight. And maybe she doesn't bring up the flashlight here, but she has another one.
Yeah.
So let's see.
But the bio mom and stepdad of Sebastian, an all-star panel. First to Brian Trasher joining us, Vice President of the Cajun Navy, who has joined the search. Brian, thank you for being with us. Who asked you to join the search?
Thanks for being here.
Well, we had deployed a team up to Nashville, Tennessee last week in response to the missing college student, Riley Strain. And we stayed up there until he was found. While we were in the area, we had a lot of people reaching out to us on social media saying that there was a young boy who had been missing for several weeks that was only about 20 miles away from where we were. So we talked to a few people, got some information, and decided to deploy part of our team that was already up there to Sumner County to investigate and see what we could do to help out.
You went on your own. Were you asked to join?
We were asked to join. I'm not sure specifically who some of our people talk to, but we get requests all the time, and we'll reach out. We'll try to get either a family member or a close friend of the family, just so we know we're talking to people connected to the family. And somebody had reached out and asked us to join since we already had assets so close to Sumner County.
Tell me what you have been doing, Brian Trasher. Everyone with me, the VP of the Cajun Navy, who has joined in the search. You can find them at CajunNavyRelief.com. Brian, tell me what you guys have been doing.
Just we're the United Cajun Navy. We're the original group that everybody hears about. There's other groups that use the Cajun Navy name to try to fundraise off of our efforts. Cajun Navy Relief is not affiliated with us at all. We are www.unitedcajunnavy.org. We're the original. We're the real ones.
Again, what exactly have you been doing on the search?
So we've had a canine, our own canine team who is already participating in the search for Riley Strain, up there searching around. We've talked with the lead investigator with Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, Agent Simmons. We've talked a lot with him and trying to coordinate efforts, because we always try to coordinate law enforcement, make sure we're not getting in the way, duplicating efforts, or putting out any.
You know what, Mr. Trasher, let me just cut the chase here. Isn't it true that this weekend, pursuant to your search,
why is she cutting to the chase with the Proudfoots? Give it to the Proudfoots like that.
In an area that had been closed off,
saying some kind of agreement, something
of the prior
was said
hurricane,
before,
and it is on federal property.
Yeah.
Bones and other items were found at that time. I found that very odd, as it would relate to Sebastian. Even if it was Sebastian, his body would not have been skeletonized at this time. Can you tell me now that what was found over the weekend is not connected to Sebastian? Yes, no?
No.
Not connected to Sebastian.
That hit was, that's correct. That hit was not connected to Sebastian.
Okay. Joining me also, in addition to Brian Trasher, who has been leading the Cajun Navy in its search for Sebastian. Hold on, Brian. Other than those hits, have there been any other dog hits in and around the home or elsewhere?
Not from our canine team.
I'm very concerned, Brian, as you can imagine, because LE law enforcement has stated there were no canine hits outside the home, which I find very, very disturbing. Because if he had gone outside, particularly barefoot, there would definitely have been a scent trail. Now we're hearing from the Proudfoots that there was a hit around that retention pond. How far is that pond from your home, Mr. Proudfoot?
Less than probably half a mile if you walk the whole path.
Is it through wooded area? Would he have had to walk through the woods to get there?
Scout.
No, ma'am. You can actually walk either the main road or the subdivision. So the construction site is a subdivision, new addition that's being built. I believe
they refused some.
And they have a road that's going to be tied into our subdivision. So you could actually walk up that way, or you could walk to the main road and walk into it.
Did Sebastian ever sleepwalk?
No, ma'am.
So he would have had to leave the house undetected by Katie and walk all the way to that retention pond. Did the dogs follow the trail a half a mile?
Undetected by Katie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hung her out to
They
dry
followed
just
the trail
now.
all the way to that retention pond?
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think the
That's very
dog hit.
curious, as they're saying the dogs didn't pick anything up. Back to you, Brian Trasher. Did you guys search anywhere other than that federal
See his
property
face when
where
she
the
said
false
that?
positive was? Yes, no.
No.
Yeah.
Joining me is Courtney Lasky, high-profile behavior analyst, autism expert. Chief Clinical Officer with Little Starts Therapy. Courtney, thank you for being with us. At this juncture, we know Sebastian to be most likely with people he doesn't know, if in fact he is still alive. How would that affect a young boy with autism?
It would affect him greatly. Based on the diagnosis of autism, we know that they typically have deficits with communication, social skills, and they display some rigid and repetitive behaviors. If, in fact, he is with someone else who does not know him well, that would be entirely out of his routine. He could be engaging in behaviors that he hasn't engaged in before. He could be looking for an escape. He could be looking to get out of those aversive situations. We know that not every autistic individual will wander, but those who do wander, 36%, it's to get out of an aversive situation. It's to get away from something that's overwhelming or overstimulating to them.
Ms. Proudfoot, does he know your phone number? Can he call you if he could get access to a phone?
We have gone over my phone number. I don't know that in a high stress time he would remember it, but yes, I have taught him my phone number.
Was he ever allowed to go visit friends' homes?
Yeah. He didn't get invited, but had he been, yes, we have had play dates in the past.
Yeah. Would he go there on foot?
No, ma'am.
Joining me now is Lauren Conlon, investigative journalist, host of the Outlier podcast, host of Corruption, What Happened to Grant Solomon, and you can find her at laurenconlon.com. Lauren, thank you so much for being with us. What can you tell me about that stretch of road, if anything, between Sebastian's home and that retention pond?
Well, look, Nancy, I mean, I think like everything else about this case, it is very confusing because the public hasn't heard much from the police. We haven't heard much from the Proudfoots, obviously, when it comes to that, or Seth Rogers. And now I'm learning a lot here as I hear Chris Proudfoot say, okay, we can't speak about this because of law enforcement. And now with the Cajun Navy coming in, I think a lot of us are very excited that they are going to basically canvass this road, and they are actually telling civilians to hang back. Nobody needs to search this anymore. You need to stop. You need to stop helping and let us work with law enforcement and take over. Now, I called the Sumner County Sheriff's Office yesterday because of all the misinformation going around. And I got to be honest with you, they didn't even know what was going on with this road, with the reclamation search. They were either very elusive or they were very confused. But either way, it's very concerning because people, as well as myself, I don't live in Tennessee. I cover a lot of Tennessee. We are very concerned for Sebastian. We are very concerned. And so,
let me just stop you right there, Ms. Conlon. Ms. Conlon, everyone is concerned, but let me remind everyone.
Like, what is she doing?
Is under
this is not Nancy to me in this interview.
To tell
that
us
bothers
or
me.
Anybody else, including the Proudfoots, anything. They are not representing the Proudfoots. They are representing justice, and they will do what they have to do. The fact that they're not giving us a blow by blow is their business. Does it mean they're stymied? I don't know. Does it mean they know more than we think they do?
Why is she harassing them?
Answer to that. But just because they're not releasing an ongoing investigative file is not a concern to me. At this juncture, I am collecting facts in the best way I know how. Now, regarding that route from the Proudfoot home to the retention pond, is it your understanding, Lauren Conlon, that there were no hits by scent or cadaver dogs along that route?
Correct, Nancy. It is my understanding there were no hits from the dogs.
There you go. See? And Chris Proudfoot saying there is.
It's confusing.
What did she just say? I'm sorry, Connor was talking to me. What did she
She said there are no hits by cadaver or the other dog. Rewind it a little bit so you can hear what she says.
And I agree with Running Gray Wolf about this. And I do want to get into that too about finding play dates and keeping them busy and things like that, because I very much want to comment on that, because you find a way to get into a community. Like I have my kids in Special Olympics. I have Andrew in a foundation where he goes to cooking, he goes to tennis, he goes bowling, he plays Bocce, or I think it's called Bocce. Is that what it's called? Something like that. But it's some kind of other sport, where you go play with a racket and stuff like that, or bocce ball or something like that. But he plays all kinds of stuff. He goes fishing, does competitions. So yeah, there's tons of things out there, and that helps you connect with other parents, so you don't feel like you're alone. So you can, figure out what you can do to make your situation better for you and your child. So those things do help a lot. So, but yeah, let me kind of rewind that real quick, because I didn't hear what she said. He's upset. Something on his phone disappeared, deleted. Yeah.
Tell him join the club. It happens to me too.
Well, he creates all these videos. He's so good at all this stuff. He gets so much, his storage runs out constantly. And so it sometimes automatically deletes, or, we have to keep buying storage. So he gets upset when it happens. But okay, here we go.
I'm collecting facts in the best way I know how. Now, regarding that route from the Proudfoot home to the retention pond, is it your understanding, Lauren Conlon, that there were no hits by scent or cadaver dogs along that route?
Correct, Nancy. It is my understanding there were no hits from the dogs.
But Chris Proudfoot saying there is.
It is very confusing. It's confusing. Sometimes, Lauren, when we try to put together a puzzle, but we're missing a few pieces and we don't know what piece we're missing, you can't put the puzzle together. We're missing things from this puzzle. And right now, I'm on a fact-finding mission. I am pointing the finger at no one, because I want to find Sebastian.
I'm pointing it.
I want to go to Dr. Jory Clausen joining me. And guys, again, please, Proudfoot, Trasher, Lasky, Conlon, jump in if you have a thought or you want to contradict, because a lot of this is elusive. We don't know everything. To you, Jory Clausen,
I don't think they want to get in it because they don't agree with what she's doing right now.
Faculty, St. Leo University, very well-known psychologist and author of Operation SOS. You can find him at drjory.com. Dr. Jory, thank you for being with us. Many people have made much of the fact that when interviewed, the Proudfoots do not look at the camera. They look away, they don't cry, and they don't seem upset. Now,
those are fair evaluations.
May or may not mean anything. People can be very upset, crying, screaming, cursing. They may show no emotion at all. They may be numb by the time interviews are happening. I'm very different. When I talk about my fiance's murder, or I talk about my dad's death, I still cry, even when I swear I'm not going to.
They're not.
But everyone reacts differently. I'm going to throw this directly to Mr. and Mrs. Proudfoot. Much has been made. I'll ask you. You very often look away, don't look at who's asking you questions, show no emotion. Much has been made of that. And I'd like to hear your response. I'm not judging one way or the other. I'd like to hear your response.
Hi, the fact of not looking at the camera all the time is because a picture of my son is sitting beside me, and I'm looking at him. As far as the crying thing, I have been crying off and on nonstop for a month.
So
many people
and they
have
left the house.
asked me, why did Miss Proudfoot not call 911 immediately? And here's your chance to answer that.
Because by the time I realized my son was missing and I called my husband, at that point I was hysterical. I was at the point where I couldn't even form words anymore, and my husband is the one who remained calm enough to call them.
You should have called 911 first.
Wait,
We live outside of city limits, so you don't call
Here we go.
911 because you get routed to a dispatching hub who asks what's your location, and then they route you to another dispatcher to talk to give this story. I cut all of that out and I called straight.
But
to
wouldn't
the
that
sheriff's
take like
department
2
because they have
seconds to flip a
jurisdiction
switch
of where we live.
to transfer the
So
call?
sorry that I decided to bypass a few steps and go straight to the source where they responded.
The source
within
that
10
I
minutes of
planned
the
it
phone
with,
call being made.
in my opinion.
Miss Proudfoot, that evening, were
She
you
didn't even
drinking?
question him. She didn't even say, "Well, I've never heard that." Be rerouted and
Had
rerouted.
you used any type of drug at all, even OTC, over the counter?
No, ma'am.
And you had no argument with Sebastian that night?
No, ma'am.
You stated you put the dogs away into a crate before you went to bed. Is the crate located near the exit, near a door?
No, ma'am.
Would the dogs have barked if there had been an intruder or if Sebastian had left?
The dogs don't typically bark at me and Sebastian because they're used to us. Even if we get up, we come around, they don't typically bark. Strangers, they do tend to bark, at least for a minute or two to get attention. But no, ma'am, they don't typically bark at Sebastian and myself or Christopher.
What kind of dogs are they?
Morkies.
Question: where is their crate located?
In the area near my sunroom.
Over by the
In
kitchen.
your son's. Okay, hold on. Is
No,
it
son,
outside
not
your
son.
son's room?
No, ma'am, not
Sunroom.
Sebastian's room. Son, yeah, yes, ma'am.
The sunroom, and that's not near the door.
No, ma'am.
Not near the front door.
It's near my back door, but not any of the other doors.
Yes, from what I've seen, the layout of the home, it is near the back door, and they would have heard someone coming in and out that back door. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No barking. Do you have a chime or anything on your doors that would alert you to the door opening?
No, ma'am.
A security
Miss
system
Grace,
has
can I
chimes.
jump in for something?
Yes, please. And I want to follow up with a question
Yes.
regarding Miss Proudfoot's polygraph. But please, Lauren, jump in. Everybody on the
Thank you.
panel. Now is the time to ask the Proudfoots any question that may shed light on what has happened to Sebastian. We are not in a judging arena.
I
We
would
are in
feel
a
like I couldn't ask a
fact-finding
question at this point.
arena.
I don't know why
You
she keeps.
assimilate the facts and make deductions. Please jump in.
Why does she
Lauren
keep
Conlon
saying
is
we're not
joining me.
judging?
You can find her at Lauren Emily
I don't know.
Conlon. Go
I
ahead.
don't know why she's doing anything she's doing
Yes,
right
thank
now.
you. And now this might be for Brian as well. Yesterday, when the dogs hit and everybody's going crazy, YouTubers, internet, TikTokers, and we figure out it's not Sebastian and police are not involved, the TBI is not involved. Did you call the Proudfoots and let them know that this was not Sebastian? Did you tell them ahead of time that you were searching these areas? Did they know what you were doing, or was this specifically just through Seth Rogers?
Yes, so Seth Rogers is Sebastian's biological father, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
he was there, and as Ms. Grace alluded to earlier, it would not have been
Thank you.
it would not have been typical
glad that
or possibly even
coming
probable
out the information the way I wanted it to,
we
because I
could have
wanted to point out these
skeletonized
things.
after only a few
So I'm
weeks.
glad it's coming out.
So I'm not sure about the Proudfoots, but his father definitely did know. Also wanted to echo what Miss Nancy said earlier about the police. One of the reasons we got called in, there was a lot of social media personalities reaching out to us, kind of complaining that they didn't feel like the police were doing enough. But really, it's just what
Now Chris is
Ms.
getting
Nancy
mad.
said, is that they're not
Look at
on
his
their
face
obligations
changing.
to give
He's red,
daily
kind of
or,
getting red. It looks like.
every other day updates. They are doing an investigation. We have been in very close contact with TBI, and I can tell everybody with 100% certainty they are on top of it. They are not letting their foot off the gas at all on the search for Sebastian or trying to find out what happened to him. The YouTubers and TikTokers that do live stream probably do the most harm. We appreciate the attention that they bring to things, but when you do a live stream, you don't have any control over what gets
Wow.
seen by potentially the entire world. So we would, we can't tell people what not to do. They have free speech. It's their own accounts they're using. Not helpful to do live streams during searches like that. If you want to do it, do a video that you can potentially edit later, so that we cut down on the amount of misinformation. That's why social media is not necessarily your house. We go in and do search and rescue. You have to trust the process, like we do. We trust law enforcement is going to have this wrapped up probably very soon.
Brian,
Yeah,
however, I want to make sure that you are not encouraging citizen sleuths.
Yeah, me too, Nikki.
Stop looking, because I've had many cases where we put out the warning and they actually spot a missing person. I mean, I only have to point to Gabby Petito, whose remains were found in dispersed camping way out west by a citizen
YouTubers
who had heard about the case. So, sometimes their information is wrong, but there is no way in HELL that I would ask them to stop. And I know that's not where you're headed. Yeah.
No, we don't want them to stop. Matter of fact, it was 2 citizen sleuths that found Riley Strain's bank card out by the bank of the Cumberland River.
That's right.
In Nashville. So, like I said, they do provide a service. My only suggestion was maybe not doing live stream, maybe just video, and then you can edit and post later. Just a suggestion.
Hey guys, I don't want to see anything edited. I want to see the whole thing. No edits, no airbrushing, the real deal. But that's just me. I want to go back.
There's Nancy
to
popping
Katie Proudfoot.
through.
This is Sebastian's biological mother, Miss
That's the
Proudfoot.
one I'm looking
What
for.
questions
At the wrong
were you
time.
asked during your polygraph?
Not when you need it.
I was asked if I knew where my son was. I was asked if I hurt him. I was asked if I had hurt someone, among a few other questions.
Hi, Ronnie. Right.
And Mr. Proudfoot, you have volunteered to take a poly?
Yes, ma'am.
If I were to set up a poly for you, would you take it?
He never does.
Name the place and time, ma'am. I'll be there.
No, you won't.
And you're headed back to Memphis right now. Are you in your RV right now?
I am in my RV. We are not disclosing our current location just because of safety reasons, due to the YouTubers, the Facebookers out there that have sent some very heinous, threatening information and things of that nature, threatening to be outside of our house, all kinds of nasty things. So we're not disclosing our location at this time, unless you're law
Miss
enforcement.
Proudfoot, is
or
that
you need
one
to-
of the reasons you left the home?
One of them, yes, ma'am.
Question to you guys. When police came in and processed your home, did they look with, for instance, luminol? Did they check? What did they do when they searched your home?
They thoroughly searched my home with many different things. They removed some things for the dogs to hold the scent, and for Sebastian's DNA. I know that they used thermal
night imagery.
night vision. Thank you. And I don't know exactly all of the tools that they used, but I do know that multiple different searches were done on my home by many different people, detectives, sheriffs, and a few others.
Yeah,
Even
I'm
the
not gonna.
dogs.
I wouldn't swear that the forensics folks showed up or not, because there were so many folks in and out of the house that it was just, "Hi, I'm so and so with law enforcement. I'm so and so with law enforcement." Okay.
Every time they've said we need to look, or please do.
Does Sebastian have a hardwood floor or a carpeted floor?
In his bedroom,
Carpet.
Yes. Carpeting.
Carpet.
Did they remove any carpeting?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, I think they did.
Do you feel confident they searched his bathroom?
They did.
Yes, ma'am. They did.
When you state that they removed
I heard that
items
too
for the
about the
scent
carpet.
dogs, what did they take?
Clothing, a blanket that he used like every day,
Should be back.
and a few other items of his, toiletries, like his brush.
Lauren Collin joining us, investigative journalist. Lauren, again, thank you for
Sorry.
being with us. And earlier, you
No,
had
I
a
figured you'd be back.
WSMV.
Yeah, I just don't know where it went.
I understand you have another question.
Sometimes it happens.
Oh, I mean, I guess I didn't quite get the clarity I wanted, in the sense that, did the Proudfoots know that this search was going on with the Cajun Navy? Were they being called? Were you guys being alerted about this? Did you hear from a YouTuber that they found something, that the the search dog started jumping? Or, were you just kind of blind to all of this? Just, over in your corner doing your search?
No, ma'am. So here, to set that record straight and help the United Cajun Navy. So somebody's got a picture out there saying that we are enjoying a dinner when we're actually out there, got flyers at a dinner table because we need to eat. My wife was on the phone with the Cajun Navy. That's how the Cajun Navy was brought in. And we talked to the president of the United Cajun Navy. He put us in touch with their team that was here locally in Nashville. Then that young lady reached back out to us, gave us some more information. We gave her some more details. Then they said they would start a search, but we also had them get in direct contact with the TBI agent, as well as Sumner County's Sheriff's Department. We provided all that information. They reached out to them, got some information. They pushed outside of the areas that had been searched already, conducted a search. Somehow or another, they linked up with the bio father, who supposedly got a tip from somewhere. Whether or not it was credible or not, we don't know. But it led them to searching on federal property without permission, which is where we have been informed at some point that there was allegedly a hit on something, but turned out to be nothing. And they were asked to leave the property immediately, or the cops are going to be called, because it was trespassing based off of a tip that the bio father received.
Yeah, to Brian Trasher, VP of Cajun Navy, let's clear it up. Isn't it true this is on federal property that had been closed off? It was a hurricane site earlier. It was also, yes, thank you. And it was also near railroad tracks, and some homeless people had been living there, and apparently one of them had died. And we believe that is what the dogs were hitting on. Is that correct?
Yeah, all the above is correct. And we did not gain access to the property. It had already been open when we got there. I'm not sure how entry was gained, but yeah, everything above it that you just said was correct.
I think she is a bit, in my opinion.
Guys, the search
it
for
could just
Sebastian
be that she knows how to shut off
goes
emotion
on
completely.
If you have information, if you know or think you know anything about this beautiful, young, autistic boy, please call TBI, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, 800-TBI-FINE, T Tennessee, B Bureau, I Investigative, TBI FINE, 1-800-TBI-FINE. That's 800-824-3463. Please join us in the search for Sebastian and lift up your prayers. This boy will be found. Goodbye, friend. Guys, thank you for watching Crime Online with Nancy Grace here on YouTube. To get the
That is the second video that I wanted to share with everyone. So
a lot of people were disappointed in that interview. I heard a lot of people say they were.
Yeah, it's not what I would have expected from her at all. And then when someone kind of did start wanting to ask those questions and kind of like grill it, it's like she wasn't allowing it, it seems like.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit surprising to me that she was not allowing real questions to be asked, because on her page, that's usually what happens.
Yeah.
So, but in chat, how do y'all feel about the interviews and the phone call that we listened to? Do y'all have any opinions? Has it changed any of your opinions on what's happened? But I just think it's interesting that in the interviews, the stories change so much. He has a job, or he doesn't have a job, then he has a job. You know, it's just constant.
In the same interview, he changed it. In the same interview. Well, it's up in the air. Well, I'm going back to work. Okay, well, which is it?
Right. So they do that a lot. And it was interesting, you know, how they went back and forth. And the phone call alone, the trespassing, the constant focusing on nothing but trespassing, and not focusing on the fact that the private investigator was calling them and linking up with them to help find Sebastian.
So find Sebastian.
Right. It was just focused on something you shouldn't do, and let's, distract from what we're looking for. So, what are they doing now? That is a good question.
Do y'all feel like I feel the same about the case from the beginning that I do now? I still haven't changed my mind on what I think happened to Sebastian. So if you're familiar with the case in the chat, how do you feel? Have you changed? Have you been keeping up with it? Have you changed your mind? Because I haven't. Have you changed? And I know, Megan, you haven't.
No. And that's the thing. Like, I think, do I want to think that they did something? Absolutely not. I don't want to believe they did something.
Right.
I want to believe that I'm wrong, completely wrong, and something just happened. And, that's, he wandered off. He really did wander off or something like that. But there's something that's just in your gut, just like with the watch, just like with the McCanns, just like with Ramsey, Jean-Benet Ramsey, all these cases, it fits in perfectly with them. It gives you those feelings. And again, when you watch them in the interview with Nancy, it's very much like they're being reprimanded or they're trying not to give up anything,
Right.
And so it's just and if you turn off the sound, you can tell by their body language what's going on. It doesn't feel like two parents who are looking for their missing child. It looks like two parents who are trying to dodge questions about their missing child.
Yeah.
So, and I think that helps a lot if you turn off the sound. I've noticed that when I've done, some of the reviews of the interviews, if you just take the sound off, you can really tell just by the body language, the looks on their face, if they're really truly looking or not.
Yeah.
I think the P's had Nancy at an arm length. Yeah. I agree. Changing stories always shows they're lying, and they do it a lot.
They do
it a lot. They change the times, they change the things, and it's just constant back and forth with them.
They get hostile too, real quick.
Really quick about nothing, really, and really quick to just keep putting him down. They want you to think again that Sebastian almost isn't worth looking for. That's what they want you to think.
Yeah.
And so, because that's what they think and that's what they feel.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I think that was a great kind of, look at the interviews. I had fun kind of looking at it with you and chatting with you. And
yeah,
going over
absolutely.
That because it's nice to be able to get other people's opinions and see how they feel about it and what they pick up from it, because it's nice to do that. Like you always seem to see a perspective that I don't, and then I can add it to something again that I see, and it kind of opens it up even more.
Yep.
So, yeah, and my mind has not changed.
Yeah.
And again, you look at them and that human side, you want to believe that they're not, that they're telling the truth. But there's just something that tells you no.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just off. Like, forget about what I said a while ago. This is what happened now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And another thing I've thought about too, and I don't know, and I'm mainly, I guess, talking to couples and relationships, because I mean, would you ever sit on the phone with your partner for 3 hours, especially when you're with your partner for that long?
Heck no.
You're on the phone for 3 seconds, if you're even on the phone. You know what I mean? Like, so why are y'all on the phone for 3 hours? Are y'all just so much in love? Like, I doubt it. You know what I mean? Like, the neighbors have a different story. The neighbors are telling a different story. So,
because they say they hear them arguing.
Yeah, and the truth always comes out, and it has. The truth has came out. It's just being pushed aside and covered up and distracted, and again, just don't look at it.
It's the same way with the Watts case. Why do you think Nicole Kessinger had him on the phone for an hour and 10 minutes?
Yeah, to stick to the story. Don't change your mind. You're gonna do this. We'd already made the plan. Don't change your mind. Don't change your mind. Stick to the plan.
Yeah.
That's what that's about. Or you even gave the idea of, was she on the phone and was it left there for something?
Right.
There's a lot of reasons that phone could have been on for 3 hours. And
that was even said with Chris Proudfoot. He could have left his phone on in the travel trailer and was coming back in his truck.
Yeah, because you know how many phones he has.
That was even said too. Yeah.
So I think that, you have to look at that too. You don't even know, the phone could have just been left on, but even if it wasn't left on, I don't think I've ever sat on the phone with my partner for 3 hours, and especially she was supposed to be studying. It was a Sunday night. She had her son there. Why weren't you taking care of your son?
Yeah.
Why weren't you addressing him? Why were you on the phone for 3 hours with your husband?
What do you have to say for
That's
that
what I'm
long?
saying. For that long. I
What
don't
do
know anybody who talks to their partner for 3 hours that late at night.
I
So
mean,
that alone
dang.
is like a fishy story. It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. So
Yeah.
again, nobody does that. So if you're gonna lie, at least make a reason that makes sense. It's like they're not even trying. They made no effort to make sense out of any other lies. Like you said, they made no effort to actually go look for things or pretend that they cared. He doesn't even make an effort to not put Sebastian down. Like all these things, there's no effort. There was no effort when he was here, and there's no fucking effort now. And you can see it. And it's disgusting and gross.
It is.
And it's disgusting that nobody's like stopping it, and they're getting away with it at this point because they are getting away with it. Like
they are getting away with it. Yeah.
Like they're denying the justice to Sebastian, so they're getting away with it. In my opinion.
They are getting away with it. Oh, Scout, thank you. That's nice. Me and Megan do really good together. We kind of work well with each other.
Yeah, I have to stop myself sometimes. I get so excited. I want to talk at the same time, and I'm like, oh, hold on, wait.
We both get excited. Like we both do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you hear things, so it's nice again to have someone to bounce off of and just ideas and thoughts, and then obviously everybody in chat has great opinions and ideas and what could happen, and so again we're putting it all together in the sense to what would make sense to us. So it's just nice.
I wanted to answer Claudia's question. She said, why do we think law enforcement is so mean to Seth? Well, because Seth's not going with their narrative.
Right. He's still
and Seth doesn't think they're doing enough to find his son, and I agree.
They're not. Yeah. And to treat him that way.
Yeah.
Like
but you eat up the Proudfoots.
Right. Because if you want to try to put yourself in Seth's shoes, your child's missing. You're going to the one place that you should be able to go to ask for help, and they're basically shunning you and embarrassing you and pushing you away and saying, no, I'm not going to help you. Like you're full of shit, kind of. Like we're not going to help you. That's what they're doing to him. So like and that's a nightmare. Like think about I've had nightmares that my kids went missing and I can't find them, or nobody will help me find them. So he is living an actual nightmare.
He is.
In my opinion. In my opinion, that would be a nightmare for me. To have the police look at me and go, well, sorry, can't help you. Like I would want to scream and just destroy everything.
Because they're his last hope.
Yeah. And they've come, the CPS reports, he had to go get a lawyer to even look at him. Who needs to get a lawyer to go look at your own child's CPS reports who are missing?
That you didn't even know were there.
No, you didn't even know they existed. That's crazy to me that he didn't know these CPS reports existed.
And then tells you if y'all seen these CPS reports, y'all couldn't sleep at night.
Yeah, and Seth works as a jailer. He works in a jail. A prison guard is telling you if you were to see these CPS reports of them beating this autistic child, you wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So why aren't we looking for that? Why aren't we grilling them more?
And that's what makes me so mad is they know that Seth knows what's in the CPS reports, and they expect him to be good to them. The Proudfoots do. How do you expect him to act towards you when he finds out these things that you're doing?
Yeah. Tell Seth if you want to see Sebastian, or you want to talk to Sebastian, whatever, go to church. If you want to connect, basically, if you want to connect with Sebastian again, you're going to have to go to church. Who the fuck says something like that?
Mm-hmm.
In a case like this, again, why is stuff like this being said and nobody's questioning it?
Yeah, I don't understand. And I know like the CPS reports are now on someone that's missing, which means if the evidence isn't here, you can't charge them with.
I don't think you should be able to do that anymore. I think that whole thing should change, especially in a situation like this. You know what I mean? There should be no way that you should be able to walk away from CPS reports when the child goes missing. You should still have to be charged as if they were here. And actually, you should have extra thrown on because of it. You know what I mean? I feel like, and then with Sebastian's case, it should be thrown on even more because of his disabilities. And you had to orchestrate to get that kid out of the house. I'm telling you, with an autistic kid, I have an autistic kid. who it sounds like they're almost on the same level. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way. And they wouldn't do it because they just don't leave you like that. And he loved his mama. You can see it everywhere. So.
And the thing was, you know, I think one of them said, well, it was actually 3. Okay, 5 or 3. That's too many.
Yeah.
I mean, at 1, something should have been done.
Yeah. I mean, it needs to be addressed. And like I said again, he should have been taken out the house the first time. He shouldn't have been allowed to do it. He should have been watched for those months. All the things, like all the proper procedures should have taken place. You know, and that's another thing. CPS should not be anonymous anymore. That's where you get a lot of these cases and people don't pay attention. And then people like Sebastian slip through the cracks when they shouldn't. You shouldn't be able to be anonymous. You shouldn't send people who happen to know, like somebody from a different county or something should have handled that since it's such a small county. And the Proudfoots seem to know a lot of people, and so do the Bowerstocks. So I just feel like there should have been some way where it's like you have to send somebody who has no connection to these people. I don't know. I don't know. And I know that's probably hard to do, but I don't know. You have to do something.
Yeah.
You can't keep letting shit like this happen, like Gabriel Fernandez and stuff. That poor kid.
Yeah.
You know, he just came up. He'd be 20 years old this year. So.
And my other thing is
in the closet and made him eat cat litter.
Yeah.
And CPS knew all about it. So.
And the other thing is, if the CPS reports weren't real or they weren't that bad, then why did they fire the lady?
And why did you have to get a lawyer to look at him?
Why? Yeah. Why did they fire the lady that was the social worker?
And who was the lady?
If the CPS reports were nothing, why fire her? That means that means, you know, if they weren't bad, then she must have been doing her job, right? But that's not what happened. You fired her.
Yeah, she was covering. They were really bad. He had to get a lawyer. That's what I'm saying. You have to think about that. This isn't just as simple as a CPS report.
Right.
If it was, Sebastian wouldn't be missing.
Yeah.
So what we know is just the surface. It's not as deep as it goes. It's like the iceberg, right? We're only seeing the top. So we have no idea, like Seth said, you would have nightmares if you knew everything that truly happened.
Yeah. And I don't know how he read that and is.
I don't either. I don't know if I'd be able to. I would think I would. I think I would probably, but I don't know. I don't know if I could. I don't know what I would do. So I'm saying I can't imagine having an autistic kid who just turned 18, Sebastian. I cannot imagine what he's going through and how he's handling that and what he's thinking.
Yeah. I mean, it's so sad. I mean, and what bothers me is there's people out there that cover for people that do this to children.
And what are they doing that they're covering for it? Are they in snuggle struggles?
I mean, how can you go to bed every night knowing you are responsible for covering for somebody who done something horrible to a child?
And at this point, it's more than one person. So you have to think about that too. These people are so corrupt that there is more than one person. I think at least 5 of them.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, you have to think about 5 people know where he is and what possibly happened to him. And it's that simple just to crack one of them to find out where he is, but nobody's doing it. And they all know who they need to ask. It's not
It's all
a mystery.
No, it's all on the phone call.
Yeah. I mean, what? They can take a picture of you inside your car on a stoplight. So they can't figure out who was responsible for certain things and or who to ask. You know, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I agree. So I would love to see a lot of it. I would love to see this in court. Like I said, I see them all the time, like getting arrested in my head. And I just absolutely love the vision of it. You know, I can see it happening.
I can see them getting arrested, but I bet there's a plea deal and there won't be a case, just like Chris Watts.
No, because they're not going to want nobody to know what they did. They're not going to want the public to know everything they did. So I agree with Miss Sharon. I wish that we could see it. I don't think we're going to see it, though. I don't think when it does happen, that we're going to find out exactly what happened to Sebastian ever.
Because Teabag, our friend Teabag, she didn't care that people knew what she did.
She was nuts.
She didn't care. I mean, she's like, out there. So we know what she did because she didn't plead guilty because she didn't care that people knew what a monster she was. But they're gonna care.
Oh yeah, they care. They care about image completely. That's all they've ever cared about. That is why Sebastian is gone.
Right.
Because they care about their image. And I still like boil it down to the main reason Sebastian is gone, in my opinion, is because he told the truth. He told the truth about what was happening to him, and so that is why he's gone. So when you boil it down, this poor child has been removed from everything he knows, has had his everyday life that he's looked forward to spending with his father. His daily events has taken away because these two fucking losers did some shit they shouldn't have done, and they took away him because he told the truth about them.
Yeah, because I feel like him getting older, he was like telling teachers. He was looking things up because he knew what was supposed to be done to him and what wasn't supposed to be done to him. And he was smart. He knew those things. And he was talking. And then we have a court date coming up for the daughter. Yeah. But if these CPS reports come up, that's not going to look good for court date for Faith.
Yeah.
So we got to get rid of all of it.
What made them decide that Sebastian had to go for Faith? You know what I mean? What was that? I'm just curious too how that conversation went. I would love to know how that conversation went too.
Why couldn't you wait? He was almost with his dad.
Almost with his dad. Just so close. And that's what breaks your heart. So close. And he did everything he should have done. He asked all the people. He said all the right things. He did all the right things. And look what happened. He's still gone.
And they tell kids, say something, tell somebody. Yeah. But this is what happens.
And then he gets home and he gets whooped more for it, in my opinion.
But I believe the teachers were truly trying to help him. I do believe they were trying. I believe that they were doing what they were supposed to do. They were following protocol, which was go tell.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way you can do it. And that's what someone else said in here. You have to follow the protocol. Like they said with the trial. Here, he said that, Eve. You have to follow the protocol with it. And the same thing with that. It's like, yes, you have to, because if you don't and something really is wrong, you're gonna collapse the whole thing.
Right.
So that's true. But the problem is you get those CPS workers in there who don't give a shit and they're just doing
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and it's true. There's tons of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, and you don't know who it is. That's the problem. So I feel like I feel like you should have to go to school for a certain amount of time. You should have to have a certain amount of credentials. You shouldn't be able to call anonymously. You shouldn't have to. Nobody that knows them should be sent to their house. You should never know the person you're going to see. Like, there should be boundaries. There should be guguidelines.
And I don't think you should be the same caseworker every time for that same case.
No, the second time they got called, it should have been somebody different. And there shouldn't have been a third time. That's the thing. There shouldn't have been a third time.
No, there shouldn't have been. And that's why I think the teachers did their part and they were trying, but they had no idea when they turned that over to whoever school resource officer, and then he turns it over to CPS. They had no idea
they're going to do it.
Yeah, they had no idea.
To his friend at the sheriff's office that he called on the non-emergency line because that person was going to help him the most, right? Yeah, I'm sure they did fucking help. Look what happened. They're really helping, aren't they?
Yeah. I can tell you here, I don't know if it's everywhere, but I can tell you here that if I call the non-emergency line, it does not dispatch me over to somewhere else and to somewhere else. If I call the non-emergency dispatch line, or just if I don't call 911 and I just call the sheriff's department, because that's who I have to call, because I live in the country, I can tell you I talked to the same dispatcher that's sitting right across from 911.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not, they don't have to reroute me.
Yeah.
Like that.
I live on an island and they're sitting right next to each other pretty much.
That's what I'm saying.
And our island is about an hour from one side to the other. And everybody knows that they are literally right next to each other, the stations.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Here, we don't reroute nothing. We just it's like it's not that difficult.
And even if it was rerouted, it's the flip. It's a push of a button.
Yeah, I don't.
Push of a button. So what? It takes you an extra 10 seconds maybe to be
Mhm.
switched over to where you're going. And at that, you're getting switched over to where you need to go. The most important people that you need to speak to, and you're bypassing them to go to somebody you know. Well, why are you going to somebody you know?
Mhm.
Because that person knows what you need, and they're going to help you get what
Mhm.
you need. And that's exactly what has happened. They
Yep.
helped them get what they needed.
Yep.
And now, again, that lady said in the Nancy Grace interview, they don't even know what the hell's going on over there. She said
Yeah.
they didn't know. She said she didn't know if they actually just didn't know or if they were purposely being, elusive. So
Right. Yeah. And I'm like, that's the craziest crap I ever heard. I would have been able to call 911, and even if you're so distraught you can't talk, if you call 911 and make noises or leave it on, they will come to you.
yeah. Welcome to the family here, Miss Sharon. I didn't know what to call it at first. I hadn't had no members in the long time. I just had Tammie and Sarah for the longest. But welcome. It's so nice to have a new member.
It is nice.
Thank you. But yeah, I want to tell that story because of what you just said. So one time when Andrew was like about 1 year old, right? We had, he was in a crib still. Maybe not even 1. He was probably 6 months, and he had the little chubby legs, right? So his leg got stuck in the crib. I called because I went to go take it out, and I think now they told me they think it was the wood on the bed that popped when I tried to get his leg out. But when I was pulling his leg, it made this loud popping noise, and I thought his leg broke. And I freaked because he started crying, and I freaked out. So I'm on the phone with 911. Bawling my eyes out. The lady's like, "Ma'am, I can't understand you." She's like, "You're gonna have to stop crying." And I'm like, "My baby's leg is broken."
Yeah.
And then they get there, and I swear to God, they get there and they rotate him and pull him out of the bed. And that shows you these people are fucking lying. I called 911 because my baby's leg was stuck in the bed, and they didn't even call 911 because he was missing.
Right.
So there you go.
They would have sent somebody to you. Even if they couldn't understand you, they would rather know why they're sending somebody.
I don't even know if they heard me, but they came. They were there in a few minutes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They would have sent somebody. So I don't.
They didn't even charge me. They didn't even charge me because I was crying so bad. They felt like sorry for me. Like, because I never got a bill. I never got a bill for that ambulance coming to my house.
Yeah, that's like, I just don't. I mean, 911 should have been first, and then Chris, maybe. I mean, what's he gonna do 3.5 hours away?
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I mean, if I were to wake up right now and Andrew, my 18-year-old moderately autistic son who is fully incapacitated by law, was gone, I would call the police right away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would probably call my mom and tell her to call everybody. And I don't know what I would do after that. Everything I could try to do to find them, but I would have somebody else make all the phone calls. I think that's what I think I would do, just because when there has been emergency in the past with him, that's what I've done. I've called them and had them call everybody else. And that's just how I did it.
Yeah. But your initial call was 911.
Yeah.
It wasn't for the non-emergency.
I called 911 when his leg was stuck in the bed first. And then my mom showed up after.
Yeah, that's what I mean. None of that makes sense to me, but maybe in Tennessee they reroute. But if they do, the system's broke, because if you have to reroute that many times,
you shouldn't be having to do that.
I mean, that's not good.
She looked for her autistic daughter for 45 minutes. Yeah, and you look and look and look and look. Like even on the cruise, when Andrew took off up the stairs to go to that site, I mean, it was within seconds. I mean, I literally looked up at the movie screen and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." It was songs. And I looked back down and he wasn't gone. And I was like, "Oh my God," and my family was sitting there too. And I was like, where is he? They're like, "I don't know." And so I looked up and he was already running up the stairs because there was water slides up there. And he loved water slides, but water, water was up there. He was going for the water slides. So, but again, quick, gone, wonder. That's a wonder. They see something they want, or like the lady said, they're in an uncomfortable situation and they're gone.
And I liked it when she said that. If if they are in an uncomfortable situation, they leave because they want to get away from that situation. Okay. Well, it couldn't be any more uncomfortable than living with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine how uncomfortable it was and scary because they gave away all of his animals as punishment.
And his toys. They would throw away his toys, apparently, or allegedly. And then I know that Katie supposedly went and got them back out, is what the story is about it. But even that, like to just throw them away. Like, who gives away people's animals because they misbehave, or or they, I just feel like that's really drastic.
Yeah, it is.
And it is. Says when my boys were in grade school, one didn't come home from school. I didn't call 911. I called the police. So I think it just depends too, like on your child. Like I think your child too a bit. If your child is possibly, and what your child's capable of. I think that has a lot to do with it. What your child is capable of if they're able to go up to somebody and say, I'm such and such, I need help, or you know what I mean, or they're, if they can't do that, then it sets a different level, I think. So
yeah, it depends on what kind of danger they'll be in. Depending, like that one lady said, most of the time with autism, if they walk away like that, they're either found near water or they're found not deceased because they can't take care of themselves.
They'll try to find shelter so they don't go to water. Like I saw one where a kid had walked off and it was cold and he was found in the shrubs because it was cold and in the desert. So he was trying to get into there to stay warm, and that's why he passed because it was too cold. So he had hypothermia. So it's things like that. You'll find them in bushes or like little places where they're trying to huddle and feel safe, especially because it's small and it's compact and it's tight. So it feels comforting to be squeezed, So,
yep.
Yeah, Andrew can't drive. He doesn't have, that's great. Your daughter can drive. Andrew's not going to be able to drive. So my youngest one's on a spectrum. He'll probably be able to drive though. So, cause he's more high on the high functioning side. So he'll probably more than likely be able to. He will be able to.
I mean, if one of my grandkids went missing, I would be freaking out.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Let's see, so if you had a child and they went missing, I'd go out of my mind. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like some person was like, I freak out. They were watching the interview of him and it was in the comments. They were like, I've been more emotional and freaked out more when I've lost a watch than these two are talking about losing Sebastian. You know what I mean? And it is. And then you hear them say things about him that's not really appropriate in the moment. So not only are they not seeming to really try to look for him or distressed about it, they're saying things that are like really like, again, if he were to hear that, that would be so hurtful.
Yeah.
As a 15-year-old kid, like that they're telling stuff like that about you.
Just say he was alive. Why in the hell would he want to come back to you?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to come back to you.
I wouldn't either.
I mean, after everything you've done, but they know he's not. That's what, I mean, everything they've done to him, that it should be done to them. They need to be hit with a belt. They need to be, all their animals need to be given away. They need to be made war diapers.
Yeah.
To work.
The thing, it's just like if you think about how they made him feel and you try to put yourself in, if they were to do that to you, like, it's sad. It's sad to think that this kid was just sitting in his room all the time, allegedly wasn't allowed to really have friends or go anywhere. They said that he wasn't invited anywhere, but I also heard that he wasn't allowed to go anywhere. Really.
Yeah, and they had a camera in the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody that knew them said that there was a camera in the kitchen. So, and I think they had regular cameras. I saw a picture one time on YouTube of the house, and there were cameras around the house.
Yeah.
And then they showed it like a few months later, and the cameras were removed. And when I went back to pull the picture, it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I cannot find it anywhere on that person's page. And they ended up switching sides. They used to be on Seth's side, and then they switched to, well, they never completely switched to the other side, but they went against Seth for some reason. They didn't like something he said or did or whatever. But the point is they took everything down. That was, again, the cameras on the house.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was pictures of cameras on that house.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she worked for a security company, and most probably she got her services for free.
Oh yeah, it's probably included in her contract. or whatever.
Yeah. So why wouldn't you have that's work for a security company. That's like working for a cell phone company and not having a cell phone, or, selling something, but you won't use the product.
And as much as as much as you can tell Sebastian was under control, you really think there was no cameras in anywhere around that place?
No, there was.
And they live in a nice neighborhood. They have nice things. Why wouldn't you have that?
And he don't want you walking in his back on his yard trespassing, and he's got signs everywhere. He's dang sure going to have a camera to watch who walks on his property if he gets that irate about it.
Exactly. And I agree. And that's why, well, Miss Sharon, I feel so sad when I see the stuff with Sebastian, and you see the pictures of him with his mom and things like that. You can tell he really, really just loved his mom, and it's just heartbreaking to think that like she might be possibly in on that, in my opinion. That's really sad. And so I, again, try to put yourself in his shoes. Someone you love that much has done something like that. That's why I think it just needs to be looked into more. You know, because you shouldn't be able to do something like this. I don't know.
No. And he called Chris Mr. Chris.
Yeah. And Peter Hyatt really didn't like that.
I know.
And he did. And I actually saved one of his. It's Peter Hyatt's analysis of just Chris. Just him, the way he talks, the way he acts. And I've never seen Peter Hyatt show emotion about anybody really, or any case, but you can see he is disgusted by Chris Proudfoot. And he pretty much says that he's disgusting, and he can't even imagine. He says that you can't even begin to imagine what Sebastian went through if this is what you see in person.
Well, I wonder if he might know what's in the,
I think,
if he might have known, because he's passed away, but I wonder if he might have known what was in the CPS reports.
I think he probably did. I think he probably had access to that, and he actually met Seth. He did an interview with Seth, so I wouldn't be surprised.
He probably did that.
Yeah, and and after that, and so we can look at that too. Again, I love Peter Hyatt's analysis. Like, he's so intelligent, he's so thorough, and I just like how he never really goes too much into his feelings, but in this one he does. He does let you know that he doesn't agree. He thinks that there's something off. He thinks that, just like we said in the beginning of that first interview where Katie Wills, that's a grieving mother. When you watch that first interview, she is grieving. She knows Sebastian is gone, and he's not coming back. That's what that's about. I mean, she covers her mouth. It looks like she's about to vomit like right over herself.
Yeah.
So, and then Chris is just looking like a dumbass in headlights, all the time. I would say deer, but I'm just going to say dumbass because that's what he is.
Yeah, we don't want to insult the deer.
Yeah, deer are better than that.
Right.
And cuter.
Is his stuff still up? Is Peter Hyatt stuff still up?
Yeah, you can go see everything.
Yeah.
He has great videos, great analysis, even on the McCann. That's kind of what I watched on the McCann a lot with him. There's another guy on here, and his name is like Mike DeMan, like the man.
Like DAMAN?
Yeah, I think so. Or I think it is DAMAN. But he has some pretty good analysis too. But I like Peter Hyatt, just because again I like his vibe or whatever. I just click with most, I guess.
Yeah.
But I love his analysis, and we'll look at that because I love the one he does of Chris Proudfoot. Because he knows exactly what he thinks of him, and it's disgust. It's just completely disgust.
Yeah.
So I was like, if he feels that way, and he's like, I'm pretty sure we're on the right route here. We're down the right path.
Right. Yeah.
But
yeah.
So I think this was a great live, though. I think this was a great chat,
live.
and I'm so glad that everybody was able to hang out with us this long.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate it. And I know it was long, but
it was good.
Yeah, it was great. I think that we had a great time, and I do apologize though for the internet problems, and I will try to get that addressed for the future.
Well, that's okay. We did good. It wasn't bad though. It wasn't too bad.
No, not too bad. It only buffered a little bit. So
yeah, it did better than it did for you the other night.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. Yeah, it was really bad the other night.
You were freezing quite a bit, but it did pretty good tonight. And little Miss Sharon joined your crew, so that's good.
So now we're 3 deep.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's right.
I don't know how we're gonna get us everywhere. There's too many of us.
I know. We're gonna have to have an island.
Yeah, we're gonna go on a cruise. Like I said, we're gonna fill a whole cruise ship up with everybody.
Right. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
make sure y'all sign the petition for Sebastian if you haven't, so that way we can.
Actually, let me, right before we click out, I'm just going to pull that up so everybody can see what it looks like. I'm pretty sure I have it on my post on my community tab. I can just go to that really quick, but I just want everybody to see what it looks like. So, but yes, it's the petition for Sebastian to get new investigators on his case. We have 624 signatures so far. So if everybody can share and sign if you haven't, that would be amazing, and I would greatly appreciate it. And I would like to send this petition to Sumner County. I wanted to do it on his 2-year anniversary, but I really didn't want to send it with just 624. I wanted 1,000. So I just feel like
are you pulling it up now, or have you pulled it up? Okay, I was gonna say we didn't see it if you pulled it up.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find it.
An island. I know, little Miss Sharon. I said we need an island.
Okay, here it is. I'll pull up the share screen. So 1 second, y'all.
Yeah, it takes a little bit back there and behind stage pulling everything up.
Yeah, well, especially because it's running slow too.
And you can only have one thing up at a time. I mean, you can't like stack stuff back there.
No, and even if I could, it's so running so freaking slow, it won't do anything. It's just dragging. Annoying.
Mandy sometimes has to turn her camera off so her internet doesn't
I
pause
feel like
this.
Shit, I just removed it. Did I? That's what I'm saying. Like everything's running so slow. Let me see. Add to stage. Should be this one. There we go. Oh wait, where did you go? I think I'm the wrong one.
There we go.
Oh, no, there you are.
That's all right.
Okay. So this is the petition, you guys. So demand new investigators for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers missing person case. The issue. And it says, as a parent of an autistic child who's the same age of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, my heart aches for his family and for all of those who love and care for him. Sebastian has now been missing for over 580 days, and the lack of answers is as heartbreaking as it is frustrating. Although evidence has arisen pointing towards possible involvement of his parents, particularly his mother and stepfather, the investigation has stalled, leaving us with a profound sense of helplessness and injustice. Sebastian is from Hendersonville, Tennessee, and he deserves a relentless pursuit of justice, just like any other missing person would. Having fresh eyes on a case can make a monumental difference, bringing in new perspectives and innovative investigative techniques and unwavering determination to find the truth. Given the passage of time without substantial progress, we believe that this is imperative for the officials in charge of his investigation to be replaced with new, unbiased investigators. New leadership in this case could rejuvenate the search and justice process and potentially uncover new leads that will finally answer the questions we are so desperately seeking. According to the National Crime Information Missing Persons File, over 600,000 people go missing in the United States every year. Many of these cases go unsolved, leaving families in a perpetual state of grief and uncertainty. Sebastian's case must not become another one of those unsolved statistics. We cannot let another day go by without taking action. Sebastian is not forgotten by his community, and we must ensure that he is not forgotten by the justice system either. We've seen other cases rejuvenated with a simple change of personnel resulting in a breakthrough. I urge you to sign this petition to demand that new investigators be assigned for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' case. Let us push for justice Sebastian deserves. By signing this, you'll be supporting a grieving community's call for action, ensuring that his case receives the attention it urgently needs. Thank you very much. Signed, Megan Williams. That's me. That'd be me.
Very good. That's me.
So, thank you very much, everybody, for listening to that. Who did?
Yeah, we were listening.
Yeah, no, I said thank you to everybody who did.
Yeah.
So,
little Miss Sharon says she signed it, so
great.
That's very good.
Yes, and thank you, everyone.
Good.
So,
yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Miss Tammie. I really enjoyed
it.
Yeah. We will be doing one again soon. Did you want to do it on mine next time or yours?
We can do it on mine. I'll look at some dates. Monday night I have a board meeting at the fire department, so I can't do it Monday night. But and Thursday night's my firefighter meeting, so maybe Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay. Either day is fine for me.
Okay, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday we'll do, and I may stream it. I don't know yet. I may stream it from my true crime channel, but
Oh yeah.
We'll see. We'll
Okay.
see.
Yeah, that would be fun to
Yeah.
switch it up some.
Yeah, switch it up a little bit. Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
y'all for joining us. We
Yeah, and
appreciate
let's throw
y'all.
some more green hearts in the chat right before we sign out for
Yes.
Sebastian.
And
So we
look,
can-
Tara stayed with us till the end, Megan.
Oh, yes, she did. Hi, Tara. Thanks for hanging out. You get up earlier now, I noticed. Like, I just wanted to say that. You used to sleep late, and I'm like, oh, Tara's up earlier. I can text her now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to wait to noon.
Yeah. She usually leaves us early because she's got going to bed or she's got something to do, but she stayed with us this time. We're proud of you, Tara.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. So exciting. Love y'all too. I love
Just
y'all.
giving you a hard time.
Yeah. But thank you again, everyone. And we will see y'all, I guess, on Tuesday. So look out for that link and we will link back up with y'all and we'll, take up where we left off.
Yes. What'd she say?
Right.
I'm what? I'm the bus stop now.
Oh, I love you so much.
Yes. Yes. We appreciate you. You're one of the best bus stops ever. See there?
Yeah. One of the most classy ones I've ever seen.
That's right. That's right. On the island that we're all going to get on because we're huge.
Yeah. Well, good night, everyone. Yes. And
Good
y'all have
night.
a good night. And I will talk to you soon, Tammie.
Yes. Love y'all. Talk to you later.
Love y'all.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.